Welcome, everyone, to a huge episode of Creepy Old Crypt. It's back. We're not messing around anymore. None of this. When's the next episode? No more of this wishy-washy stuff. We are back. We're in the studio. Now, we love doing this show in the parks.
Absolutely.
We want to be on location more.
Yeah.
Our plan was to try to do that. Mm-hmm. But we are covering, this is going to be the most breakneck whiplash episode of Creepy Old Crypt ever, because we have so many things to cover and get into and discuss that we were like, you know what? Let's do one more in the studio. We're going to cover a million subjects. Let's just barrel through them all.
Yeah.
And then next time we can do, and here's an episode on this Tomorrowland ride, and we're in Tomorrowland. We could do something back to basics. But we have a lot to cover until then. What's so funny?
I just love that they called you out on the thing.
I know. I told a story. I told a story before the stream, before recording this, that I was like, I don't want this in the main show. It's embarrassing. And as soon as I hit record, the chat just outed me. I'm not going to repeat it. If you want to dissect what it was, you're free to do that. I'm not going to talk about it. I already talked about it.
Yeah.
You were there, you're there. If you weren't, you weren't.
Yeah. But we have a lot of topics today because we did a lot of different things in different parts of the world and things like that. So we couldn't do it's better to do it right here because we've got a lot to cover.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to do that. And I think, really, let's start at the beginning.
Yeah.
First of all, what we are going to cover, we'll just kind of recap everywhere we've been, and we'll bounce back and forth. We each had separate experiences too. But first of all, there's been a lot of talk about the Muppets today.
Yes.
We'll get into that.
Big Muppets news today. Not good news, but big Muppets news.
Yes, but we'll get into. Also, I'm sorry, I've had a cough for like a month now.
Yeah.
So if you hear me cough, I apologize. People are asking for a Creepy Old Crypt for Cedar Point. Didn't we do that?
I thought we did. I thought Johnny was on us too. Yeah. I thought we did do that.
We did. We talked about that.
I think we did. I don't
so
know.
You gotta look harder.
I don't know which episode, but I think Johnny was on it.
I think it was in the studio.
Yeah, it was in the studio. And we just talked about our experiences there.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So check that out. I don't know which number it is though.
All right. Well, let's just go all the way back. Yeah. Not long after our last episode, we got to go to, speaking of Muppets, we'll talk more about what happened with them later, but we got to go to Jim Henson Studios. That's not a theme park thing, but we still thought it's something to talk about for this show.
Yeah.
Since we both got to go.
They were going to, they're selling the studio.
Yeah.
And it's going to close. And you came to me going, hey, if you want to go to this, this is, they do this awesome show in there.
Yeah.
And that you can get a tour. And I'm like, I'm so down for that.
Yeah.
That sounds so much fun. And it was.
They do a thing there. So they do a show on the actual lot in, is it Burbank? Was it Burbank?
I think that was Burbank.
Wherever. In LA. They are on the famous, the Muppet Studio, Jim Henson Studios is on the historic lot. It's designated as a historic site.
Yeah.
It is Charlie Chaplin's original studio.
Built for his productions and all that kind of stuff.
And what blew my mind is that they told us, this was really cool. They said it is designated as a historic site. So that's even beyond our jurisdiction.
Yeah.
To where that if roof shingles fall off the roof, they just can't call a roofer. They have to call the city and say, hey, the shingles came off the roof, and the city has to pay for it because it is it's a historic site.
Yeah.
They've got to get the right people to match that and get it just right and oversee that it's preserved.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It can't be just up to code. It actually has this other layer of they need to find somebody that can work with this material and make it perfect again.
Yeah, that blew my mind. That it goes beyond, once you're designated that, you can't just call your friend to fix something.
Nope.
But anyway, so it's a historic site. They do but sometimes about once a year, they'll do a stage show just in their studio space.
Yeah.
And you go, they set up tables and you see it. It's called Puppet Up.
Yes.
And they just get a bunch of comedians, puppeteers to do a puppet show.
It's like an improv, like spur of the moment puppet show, and it's so good.
Yeah.
I will be honest though, when I first heard about the show, it's labeled as like, oh, puppets uncensored.
Yeah,
what are they gonna say? And I'm like, I'm not that into like, oh, what they're gonna.
It sounded
talk
cringy.
About sex. They're gonna.
A puppet's gonna say the word
cringy.
fuck.
It was not that at all. It was not what I expected. It was very, very good.
Yeah, once it was actually underway, it was like, oh, this rules.
Yeah, even somebody like because they call out for it's an improv thing, so they call out to the audience to have like subjects and things like that, and people will sell like, oh, sex, and the host will just be like, no, that's stupid.
Yeah, that sucks.
And go to another person to do it, and it was really cool seeing that.
Yeah,
them do that and go like, no, that's dumb.
Yeah, okay. They're three Muppets are trapped in a car. What are they doing? Oh, listening to Norwegian pop. Okay, and what else? They had they're in the middle of a divorce. 3 puppets are in the middle of a divorce. Yeah, fuck it. All right,
go. Okay,
and then it's them in a car. I just think who gets the Funko Pops? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, I mean, we're not even doing it justice, but genuinely funny show.
Yes,
fun time. It was like a big party. It wasn't awkward. It was like everyone's involved. Yell something. Okay, yeah, do that.
People yelling at stuff and like crying, laughing because they are so on their game when it comes to improv. Like they were so good. Everybody there, like the stuff kind of cycles around the people that do it, and apparently like sometimes there'll be like really famous puppeteers doing it. Some people like, but they're all super good.
Yeah,
I think we went on a good time because Brian Henson was involved with it, which I thought was a normal thing, but I don't think he always is there.
No. And in fact, they did like one more show and had to like put a thing out that's like, oh, he's gonna be there. He's gonna be there. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, but anyway, so not only do they do all that, but then in between the segments, what I really loved is that they recreated old Jim Henson bits.
Yeah, classic bits that he did like in the 60s, 70s, stuff like that.
Oh, for this one TV show, he did this bit about corporations or something with these puppets, like a little volcano puppet and whatever. And they would just perform it again to the audio. And that was so cool. It's like, well, you never would have seen that bit live,
And now here it is.
That kind of had a historic element, and I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, so they do that. They do that show maybe like once a year. But when you go, you have the ability to do. You can request a VIP thing where it's like, hey, I wanna tour the studio.
Yeah, come early, and then you can tour the studio. Before the show.
And that was hearing that the studio was going to close. Yeah, I reached out to you like, hey, they're doing it again. We got to go now.
They're good. They're going to close the studio. They're moving. Like, we have to check this out.
I don't know if you've heard the latest with that.
No.
There was a rumor going around for a while. Oh, Scientology, they bought it.
Yeah.
And Jim Henson Studio was like, nah, we would not do business with them. No. It was like, damn, okay.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I guess someone at some point mentioned it and the rumor got around, but it wasn't anything. But the latest is it's looking like, and this is really random, John Mayer and McG, who is a director.
Really?
I don't know what the last movie he did. I know he did Charlie's Angels. Okay.
Okay.
But we're both going to go in on it. I don't know what that means. Like, he's a film director and John Mayer's a recording artist. Yeah. But the recording artist makes sense because
it's his recording studio on property.
Yeah.
A famous one.
Which they told us multiple times, and even Brian Henson talked about it.
Yeah.
So we got to meet Brian Henson and talk with him.
That was part of it.
And he was like, we've got like the best rock. If you're making a rock album, this is the best studio in the world. Like, we have the best spaces and recording facilities to do that. And so we did the whole tour and we looked around and got to see all kinds of stuff. But then, the end of the tour, we went to Brian Henson's office and it was like, oh, and here's the final attraction of our tour. And it was just Brian Henson.
It was
just
like,
hey guys.
And it was just full of like, there was tons of trinkets and stuff. It was a lot of like stuff from the movies, things like that. And he just comes out like, hey, if you have any questions for me, just like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Let's talk. And that was so cool.
And my question that I asked him was, okay, I have heard rumors Daft Punk's offices were here.
Yeah.
Is it true? And he was like, oh yeah. He's like, there were bands and groups that would take residency here, and Daft Punk was recording all kinds of stuff, and they took up they have a big building of offices, and they took up one. So that was cool getting that confirmed.
Yes.
I know they recorded a lot of Random Access Memories there. So I was like taking pictures. They toured us through the studios. And stuff like that, and I was taking pictures. Like I swear I've seen pictures of like when they were working on it. It was in here, and stuff like that. So I was going nuts.
I was going nuts over the footprints of Charlie Chaplin that were spread throughout the entire place.
It
was like, oh shit, these are like footprints left over from the old cement from him, and they just like they keep them there. Except they removed one. I think they transferred one to like some museum or something for Charlie Chaplin somewhere. I can't remember. They said like there was one. And
What was that?
It was like a newer square, and they recreated it because it's a historical thing. You have to keep it preserved.
Right.
So they made a recreation of just that one, and they I can't remember where, but they said that it got moved.
It was some random town. A museum in some random
town. It was like,
town.
Where he was born or something like that, and they have it. Currently, seeing all of the like stuff in the cement and everything like that, and this place is old. You can tell by just looking at it how old it is and how much history's there and everything like that. It was really cool just seeing all that, and a lot of the tour was just like talking about Charlie Chaplin stuff too, even though it's a Jim Henson tour. Yeah, like they talked a lot about Charlie Chaplin.
It was so
cool. It was so worth it to do that.
Yeah, I was very glad we went.
Yeah.
But Brian Henson, just getting time with him was so cool.
Yeah.
Rachel was there too, and she was asking him questions, just like, it's
about Labyrinth.
Talk about your favorite puppet. Like, what's your favorite stuff?
Yeah.
A lot of people did ask about his dad, which I understand, but I want to know about him. Like, I want to know, like, you're still the head honcho. You're the head honcho now. Like, and he talked about how he was really into like the tech behind it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And but it was great hearing him talk about puppeteering Hoggle from Labyrinth
and controlling the face and everything like that, and doing the voice and then talking about the person in the suit and all of that.
Yeah, it got uncomfortable laughter because he was like, we had to blackface the person in the suit. Like the way him wording it that way though, they were like, oh.
Yeah, the story was the first version of the suit had like a screen visor for the person in the suit, but when you're turning around, they get so sick because they can't see forward. It's basically you're turning your head, but it's not turning, and all this kind of stuff, get them really sick. So they're like, okay, we're just gonna have to look through the mouth and blackface them so you can't see. And that got like an awkward laugh about that.
Everyone there was, they wanted to know more and more about the creative stuff, and it was just cool. Everyone was on the same page of just like, they were all huge fans. And the only thing I was bummed, I wish I had asked more questions. I wanted to ask more questions about Dinosaur. He had like early maquettes of Earl Sinclair in his office. He had
a ton of old stuff.
I wanted to ask him more. I was like,
that was like his show, wasn't it? Like he had spearheaded that and everything.
Yeah. As far as I know.
Yeah.
But so
talking to him was cool. We each got assigned by Brian Henson.
Yeah.
The hot dog on a stick, character that's a character within the show. And that was really, really cool. Like he's like, everybody gets one of these. Just grab one as you walk out and everything. And it was funny because he went right to the show after that. He's like, oh shoot, I gotta go. And went right in, and because he hosted the show and everything.
Yeah. So and the show was great.
Yeah.
So aside from that, and then you're watching it on like the Charlie Chaplin stage, like their enclosed soundstage.
Yeah.
And even that, it had an intermission, and me and Kevin were just like going over every spot.
I was taking so many photos.
Yeah, and I took a picture of over the door. There was just like a trash can, and I was like, had suspicions. Later on, people were like, "Did you see Oscar's trash can? That's Oscar the Grouch's original trash can
from Sesame Street." It's like,
damn.
Yep. They had tons of stuff. The whole tour was full of that stuff. Yeah. It was full of like, here's a suit from the Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
Here's everything. The coolest thing was actually they had the safe from Charlie Chaplin days.
Yeah.
He used to keep his cane and shoes and stuff in there.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. But yeah, the whole walkthrough was so much fun to do.
Oh, so cool.
So cool.
We went into their boardroom at one point. And again, it's so funny because so much of it is recording industry stuff. So they're like, the audio needs to be perfect in here because
they're viewing stuff on a screen.
Yeah, or they'll listen to an album for the first time in here.
Yeah.
I was just surprised how much of the music industry would go through that studio.
Yeah.
Like you go there, Jim Henson Studios is going to be just puppets, but it's like, no. Like Bruno Mars was just recording in here.
Yeah.
All these people. It was like, wow.
And there's a giant mural in that boardroom meeting area that was like, I think every Muppet. I think they got like every single Jim Henson Muppet
up till I think
it
was commissioned in like 84 or 82 or 84 or something like that.
But it was gigantic and it was really, really cool.
Yeah. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So anyway, the whole just kind of wanted to bring that up. The whole tour was really cool. Anything else to say about that?
There was one part of the tour there was a glass case.
Yeah.
And there was like, it almost looked like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids
helmet,
like a Zelensky invention.
Yeah.
And there was no placard, and I took a photo of it. I have no idea where it
I meant to post that too,
it
and
looked
I never
so
did.
Cool. And
it had lightsabers coming out of the head.
Yeah.
They were like toy lightsabers.
Straight up lightsabers in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have no idea where this is from. It looks really cool, and I have no idea what it was from.
Anna Drain, thanks for all your subs.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Subbed a bunch. But anyway, I meant to post a picture. Like, does anybody know what this is from?
Yeah.
So I'll have to do that later.
Yeah.
They also had next to it was Pinocchio from
the live action.
Yeah. Did Coppola direct that? I can't remember. I think
the one from like the 90s, the late 90s.
Yeah, with Martin Landau in it or whatever. I think Coppola did direct that.
Wasn't Jonathan Taylor Thomas like the voice of
Pinocchio? He was the boy.
Oh, the boy, and then okay,
and voiced him too.
Yeah,
he was actually like physically in it.
Yeah.
Every time they try to redo Pinocchio, it sucks. I have heard Del Toro has the stop motion one or something that is good, but I never saw it.
No, I never saw that either. I'm not really big on the Pinocchio story anyway.
I'm
not a big
Pinocchio I do head. Like the original. I like the original animated movie.
I should check it out because I haven't seen it since I was a little kid.
Yeah,
so.
I thought it was weird and cool, but that's about it.
It is weird. I like that. I like turning into donkeys and going to Pleasure Island and all that kind of stuff.
No, Drew Carey was the dad. No, that's another adaptation.
They tried
of
to do it with that one.
And the one with Roberto Benigni was good though. Just kidding. That was also terrible. Like every time they try to do Pinocchio, it's like, yep, we're good. Thank you.
Nothing also turns me off more than when people do a horror version of something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, I do not care.
Yeah.
I do not care about a horror movie based on this thing.
Yeah. I think this became a gag on cinema.
What?
With Tim Heidecker is I think when they did the Oscar special last year, it was about like, they had like Pinocchio watch. like all right, what's the newest Pinocchio coming out? Because there were like at the time like 4 different ones coming out.
At this, yeah.
And it was like, why is everybody adapting Pinocchio? So that was in the show is like and then I think at the end Tim Heidecker came out dressed as Pinocchio. And then he like went, he had like a whole rant. Like nobody's fucking watching this shit. It was good.
Yeah. I need to catch up on that.
Tom Hanks as Geppetto. That's another Pinocchio remake that was last year. And again, that was part of the
Geppetto-verse?
The special. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Geppetto-verse. Pinocchio-verse. Anyway.
So yeah, that was basically everything. Like the tour was really cool.
Yeah.
That's basically everything. They had to move, like the creature shop used to be there at one point.
Yeah.
But they had to move it because they outgrew it immediately.
Yeah.
They're like, this does not end yet. And so they moved it to an offsite thing. And now I think that's why they're moving, is because they're consolidating.
Yeah.
And they're like, we just need to have the creature shop and our studios on the same same plot of land.
Yeah.
So that's why they were
I'm
moving.
Curious where it'll be that they move to.
I don't know.
Hopefully it'll be another cool site where people actually want to visit, instead of just like some.
But luckily it's a historical site, so they can't, no matter who owns it, you can't really
They're not
change
fucking
it.
that
They're
up.
not fucking it up.
Yeah,
so,
they can't. They legally can't.
Yeah, I just wish like people could see it. So what they can do is just lock it down and you can't go in.
Yeah.
So I hope people can get to see it no matter who owns it.
Yeah.
Next.
Hope John Mayer is cool. Lets people in. Anyway, so that's that. We got to visit that. Yeah. They did talk about, people are asking in the chat, they did talk about Five Nights at Freddy's, but none of that was there.
No. That was it. We actually saw that at Universal when we saw that thing, and those were so cool to see. They're
on display at Universal Studios during Halloween, and so we've already seen them.
Yeah, saw them up close and everything like that.
But they weren't at
this thing.
Yeah. Anyway, so we did that. That was cool. And I guess we can move on from Jim Henson.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll talk more Muppets later.
Yeah. There's a lot of Muppets news.
Finally got to, and then not, whenever after that, we got to go. You finally got to go to Casa Bonita.
Yeah. Oh.
I went with the other Mega 64 guys
earlier, and they're like,
earlier this year.
Yep.
And my goal, I went and it was like, Kevin needs to go to this.
Yeah. And you were right.
Yes.
You were 100% right.
So I was just like, that is my goal now. We got to get back in.
Yes.
And I got made a founder member of the club or whatever. So it's like, hey, when reservations open up,
you get them early.
You get dibs.
Yeah.
So I got dibs and I booked it to go back. This was months ago. And this time, an option that wasn't there when I first went was cliffside diving or dining. Like, hey, for $5 more, you could be by the divers.
Yeah, by like the water and the pool and stuff like that. That was so fucking cool.
So we did that, and now we all went. You, me, Rachel, and Johnny.
Yep,
went to Casa Bonita.
Quick trip. It was really cool how we just flew in, went to that, slept there that night, and flew back.
Yep.
Yep.
Worked. So I want to hear your review of it. What are your thoughts on? I kind of talked about it a lot on our Mega 64 stream, so I want to know what you thought.
I think it's safe to say that is the coolest restaurant I have ever been to.
I don't know what I would put above that.
I wouldn't call it the best restaurant I've ever been to, because obviously there's other places that have better food and stuff like that.
I mean, in LA, they have places with the cheese expert, stuff like that, put it in a humidor.
But this is the coolest restaurant I have ever been to. It is, it's like a wonderland there. I never in a million years thought I would think it was that cool.
Yeah.
But it is. I'm telling you, I don't see anybody not enjoying that place.
It's just joy from beginning to end.
From the second you walk up, and you spend hours there.
Yeah.
And you're done eating, and you're still just finding stuff. There's little bits to find. There's secret areas. There's all these shows and things going on that to see it all, it takes hours. And we spent hours there.
Yeah.
It was, after we're done eating, we're just checking out caves, the gift shop too, and everything like that.
Yep.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And it's just, you keep running into stuff. It's like, oh, this magic show, the Sorcero. Let's watch that. And you go watch that, and it was really cool. And then you'll be going around a corner, and it would be like, oh, there's a fortune teller here. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then you'd find just weird animatronic stuff deep in this place. It's mind-bogglingly big. You don't expect it to be that big from the outside, but as soon as you walk in, it's like, oh shit, this is 3 stories worth of place to be in.
And to quote Sean, I remember we were deep in the caverns of Black Bart's cave, and Sean goes, "We're next to a Dollar Tree right now."
Yeah.
What? Like it's still in a strip mall.
Yeah.
But I don't know where the hell you're going. Once you're deep into it, I'm like, we can't still be in the strip mall.
Yeah.
We're so far into this.
You are. You feel like you're in another world. It's very Disney makes you feel like that, and they nailed that feeling of like, oh, I am not here anymore.
Yep.
I am not in Denver, Colorado. I am now in this restaurant.
Yeah.
And there's just cool stuff to see. Like I absolutely loved it. I thought the food was pretty good. I enjoyed the food.
I don't know if I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
I felt like it was better than the first time I went.
It could have been. They've adjusted stuff. I mean, we didn't even when you went, you pick up your food before you got to your seat.
Yeah.
Now you order at the seat and they bring it to you.
Let me correct you. That was just for our special tables.
Oh, for the premium stuff.
Where we were, that's part of the special ticket that we had.
Okay.
Was
gotcha.
Yeah, it was like, no, we'll bring. You don't need to wait in line.
Yeah.
Though I don't understand that, because when me and Derek and Sean went, there was really no line. You lined up. What food do you want? This, okay, and it came out of a hole.
Yeah.
No, that with ours it was like, oh, relax, we'll bring it to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, hard for us to gauge it because we are San Diego Mexican food cucked.
Yes.
Like we have very specific ideas of what it
Mexican
should be.
Food should taste like. It is not that. It is different. So don't expect that. But it is decent. I enjoyed my food. I did not hate my food.
It's perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I ate so many chips and salsa beforehand though, because I really, really liked their chips and salsa.
Yeah.
And I almost got too full on that. But my food was really, really good.
Yeah.
I ate too many sopapillas. I think they brought us 3 rounds of it.
That's something I didn't do on the first time either.
I ate a lot of them.
Yeah, that's something I didn't do. I didn't realize till we left. I remember
coming.
people at home, when we talked about it on our stream, they were like, "Did you keep asking for more sopapillas? Because they're unlimited."
That's the sopapilla flag.
Yeah.
And they just said, "Hey, just keep them coming, keep them coming." And we ate so long that every 20 minutes divers were happening. Yeah. So it was just really, really fun. It was just eating food, and then the music would kick on for the divers. They would dive into the water, and then they would go back to dining and stuff. The wait staff was great. Like they were so on point and super knowledgeable, super nice.
Yeah,
and everything like that. So I really enjoyed our meal.
Yeah,
and then after our meal, it was basically just okay. You have free reign to go anywhere you want in here.
Yep.
And the South Park their sense of humor is everywhere in this place. And it was just like hearing that voice, Trey Parker's voice, throughout the whole thing, was so good because his voice is just inherent. That the voice that he does is just inherently funny.
Yeah,
so walking,
it's naturally funny.
Yeah, it just makes you laugh. So like walking through Black Bart's cave, and it's like there's no treasure in here.
Yeah,
and then at the end,
please don't tell anybody about my treasure.
Please. Yeah. It was just super, super. Black Bart's cave, I think, is my favorite part of the whole place.
Oh yeah,
because that was just cheesy kind of Disney. No, I want to say dark ride, but it's not a dark ride. It reminds me of like Tom Sawyer Island. Kind of
it did.
Cave
it did
with animatronics and stuff in it. But that was so much fun. I think we did that like multiple times.
Yeah,
and it was a good time to go because it wasn't packed in there.
No, it was all right.
Yeah,
and it's funny because we were there like the first weekend that opened up. It opened up, but we were there on a random weekday.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't a weekend or anything like that. So it was really, really good.
Fine, Chuck Up. Thanks for your sub.
Yeah, thank you.
Favorite part of it, you mentioned Black Bart's Cave. I would say my favorite, for some reason, the theater that they put Sorcero in.
Yeah.
It is like, that to me is the shining example of they could have altered this or made it look more modern or do whatever. It is so painfully 70s in there.
Yes.
And they just restored that.
They just gave it a fresh coat of paint. They made it all nice and stuff. They just freshened it up, but it's still so 70s.
Yeah, it is so like, this is 1973 fancy. Like it, and it looked brand new if you were there in 1973. It was amazing and really cool to see now that I've watched the documentary on it.
Yes, I watched that too. Yeah. Afterwards, because I didn't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
So I watched it after the fact.
Something that was really revelatory watching that documentary now was Trey Parker realizing when they're looking at the assayer booth where he gives you a coin or whatever.
Yeah.
And him going, yeah, what should we should put him in overalls? And he's like, oh, well, if it's like 1973 portraying the 1800s. So he should be dressed like, old cowboy guy, but he should have a Farrah Fawcett shirt.
Yeah.
And then he realized in that moment, this whole place should be 1973 trying to do the 1800s.
Yeah.
And now when you go to it, now it's clear. It's like, every room it's the 70s trying to do the 1800s. Yep. I didn't notice that in every detail like I did now.
That feeling is there.
Like Black Bart's cave, and he's got a, whatchamacallit, he has amidst all his treasure, he's got a
Evel Knievel
lunchbox. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so funny because the things that the miner would say when to give your coin would be stuff from the 70s. Like, I drive a Dodge Pinto. Have you ever heard of a Dodge Pinto?
Yeah.
And it's
sorry about that. I was up late last night watching this new comedy show, Saturday Night Live. Whoa, those fellows know how to tell a joke. Have you ever seen it? Anyway, I love the ones that he's doing in the documentary that clearly were not recorded.
Yes.
For the final thing where he's like, I just saw Deliverance. Oh, there's a scene where this guy, I'll let you watch it. Like, that was cracking me up so bad.
There was a bunch of stuff with the puppet show too that they were just riffing stuff while they were testing out, and I was like, I wish that sense of humor was there, but I get why they didn't. They'd say stuff like, so whose parents are divorced?
Yeah. Some of it made it in via the two skeletons that are up there, where he's like, I don't know why they're going in there. I don't know. They're probably just bored after they ate dinner. I guess so. Didn't there? Yeah. Was it? There's a big. Why is there a big gorilla skull in there? Well, it was a dragon, but that didn't make any sense. Like, some of that was kept.
Yes.
That banter, and they have two skeleton animatronics doing that
right before you enter Black Bart's cave, and they're both. It's Matt Stone and Trey Parker just riffing with each other, and it's so good.
Yeah. The whole place.
Yeah.
Front to back, what a fantastic experience. And what you touched on earlier, the staff is so wonderful. They always seem like they're stoked that you're there.
Yes. And they stoked that they're there too. They actually look happy to be there and all that kind of stuff.
I think that's the power of paying people $30-something an hour and not tips aren't involved in it. It's just no, you're just getting paid like a good wage.
Yeah.
Oh, surprise, you're happy to be there. Shocker.
The shooting gallery that is there, I think that
that was crazy.
Yeah, that is the most, legitimate. I love a shooting gallery. Like Disneyland.
Old style shooting gallery.
Shooting gallery. That is the most gonzo crazy shooting gallery. That is straight out of Trey Parker's brain.
Yeah.
And it is so insane. There's water effects. You're shooting stuff and you're getting blasted by a skunk, and not just it's spray. Like, you're getting wet.
The skunk turns its ass around and fucking blasts you.
Blasts you. And it's like everything in front of you is wet.
Yeah.
All of the where you slide your key card to pay for it is just drenched. And it's like, I filmed the video because Johnny was getting annihilated by this skunk. And but there's like a fountain, the famous fountain of the boy peeing into the water and stuff that. They have one of those, but it'll turn around and it'll just spray right at you, and just spray the people shooting in the shooting gallery. And I'd never seen anything that insane.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I think they turn the water effects off later on.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to bring up is when me and the other guys went, those effects were not on.
Yeah, it was just normal, right?
So when I went up there and they're fucking spraying the shit out of people, I was like, what happened here? And it was just off. I don't know why sometimes they turn it on and off. I don't know what the deal is, but that was not like that when me and Derek and Sean went.
Yeah, but that
was crazy.
It was crazy. It was insane. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I didn't do the root beer bar. That was one thing I was like, I don't need to do the root beer bar, but I kind of wish I did now because I did everything else.
Yeah. I was surprised. I was like, oh yeah, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they raised the price of it. When I went, it was $10 for a mug of root beer.
And you get to keep the mug.
And you keep the mug, but yeah, it was 12 this time. I was like, what? Oh, what?
Yeah.
They should, what I don't understand, that's the one thing I'll criticize, is I did that, and then they tell you, like, they got a root beer expert at the bar. Oh, well, this one has more of a creamy finish.
Yeah.
Well, this one is more like the old style sarsaparilla. Well, this one, but they don't let you. You get one and that's it.
You have to.
It should be free refills.
Yeah, I
don't get it.
And like, okay, raise the price a bit to what it is now, but do free refills now.
Yeah,
and then
make it $15 and do free refills.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yep, I think that should be the case. But yeah, having multiple root beers and you get to pick one and that's it. That's kind of like it's hard.
That was kind of whack. I thought.
So that's
the only thing I would say that cost wise, I'm like, nah. Everything else is a deal.
Yes.
Again, when you go to this place straight up, it's like $40 to go, and that's everything.
Yeah.
That's your meal. That is
drinks, the sopapillas, unlimited sopapillas.
Yes.
All that stuff.
Not alcoholic drinks are not included.
No, alcoholic drinks, and they have other desserts that cost if you want them.
If you want it.
But I'm a sopapilla guy, so I just got those.
And that was included.
That was totally included.
So and you're not and it is like no tips in here. We don't do tips.
Yeah.
Your $40 got you in. That's it. It is, and I mean all of that we mentioned in the whole night of entertainment, going around the place.
Yeah, hours and hours of entertainment.
Exploring stuff, the puppet show, the Sorcerer show, the
cliff divers and like
I mean, all of that, and it was $40. I mean, when I go to the movie theater, I know everyone hates we get into prices, and we talk about it on everything. But I mean, it's almost $20 to see the damn movie, and then you're paying that again for popcorn and a drink. If you do that, or more. I mean, $40 for an entire themed experience to me is like
worth
obscene.
It. Yeah.
And yeah, people are going, is that why they were unprofitable? Probably.
Maybe.
But I love that they are just so committed to like, no, we want people to have like a great time.
Yeah.
I love that that's the vibe.
Yeah.
And you could tell when you're there. It's like they're there. Everyone is there because they think it's special, not because it's like,
they care about it.
Like, we're getting more money from you.
Yeah. But there's like there's like bars everywhere, and some of them have like little effects that they can set off and do cool stuff.
Yeah.
And we tried to find all of those.
Yeah. We did do one more thing that we didn't do on my first visit that we went this last time was the prison photo. We took a picture in the prison.
Yeah, that was an awesome photo. It was super fun. I almost didn't want to. For some reason, the like nickel and diming because when I go somewhere and they try to sell you a photo, instantly want to turn off. Nope.
Yeah,
and that kind of started happening with me. I'm like, what? I don't need a photo. I don't need that. But then half a second later, I'm like, no, fuck that. We need a photo from here.
Yeah.
And we went and got a photo.
I enjoyed Casa Bonita enough that I was actually like, they deserve more money.
Yes.
From me. So here, I'll give
you. And they're super they're just sitting there like dressed as like sheriffs because you technically are in a jail.
Yeah.
And so they're just talking with you, telling jokes, and they take a couple photos and then you just pick your favorite one.
Yeah.
And then they give you this cool thing.
And while they were printing it, the guy was like, all right, I want you country folk,
tell me your favorite joke.
And I just immediately went, clown steaks taste funny. and then he didn't say anything for a minute. That is a joke. I was like, thank you for that.
What's cool is it's just a computer and printer and stuff like that. But I wish up until recently, they had a guy actually develop film in there with different a technique to do it really quick.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish it was still that. It's cool, but
you wish it was more analog.
And more analog, because I think the history of that is cool.
Yeah.
I can take your photo and develop it really quick.
Yeah.
And with these chemical baths and stuff like that, and then put it in a thing. And having it just be like, okay, standard printer, computer, digital camera. Like it was cool. Like, and they took a great photo of us.
Yeah, it was still a lot of fun, but that aspect would have been a cool addition.
It would have been cool to see that process. For me, at least.
It's so funny because I was telling Kevin too that if you look it up, you could find it on YouTube. There's an interview with the guy who originally printed all the prison photos for Casa Bonita is still in that business.
Yeah.
He's in like Florida.
Yeah.
And there's an interview with him on some news thing where they asked him, I don't know how he got on the news or what he did to whatever, but they were like, yeah, Casa Bonita is about to open in Colorado, but this guy's not involved anymore. And he talked about how he's bummed that they didn't invite him back. He's like, yeah, they just didn't want to go that route.
Yeah.
His whole setup does it analog style, and I guess he's still doing it a couple places in like Florida or something like that. There's a lot of themed entertainment crap in Florida other than Disney World.
And there's some that I'm sure do the photo and they develop it right there and stuff.
So, but they didn't bring him back, and but he was so like, I don't know. I wonder if I could see someone who is an expert in a certain field like that. I could see that. Don't take this the wrong way, but being like, whoa, enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people, when they're that expert in the expert hole on something, it's kind of like, no, we just need a guy who just takes a picture and prints it.
Yep.
Okay, chill.
Yeah. I could definitely see that.
I'm not going to name names, but I've been witness at certain events to like, oh, we brought in an animatronic expert to do this animatronics for this event. And I've been witness to the regret. I've been witness to seeing people go, oh, shouldn't have had the animatronic expert on this one. Just wanted to show something fun to kids. Okay. Anyway, you know what I mean.
Yeah, totally.
Anyway. But yeah. The only thing I was actually genuinely bummed about though is
what?
Every time I've gone, the parrot that gives you bad fortunes has been broken.
And
it was broken again.
We even saw in the documentary.
Yeah.
It was hard to get working there.
Yeah.
And it's like still because apparently they had an actual parrot in that same spot. A real parrot.
In the original version.
Original like old 70s and later on and stuff like that. And so they built an animatronic parrot that I think tells fortunes.
Yeah.
You beep it and then it I saw a bowl under it. And I looked it up online and it like takes a crap and then tells you a fortune or something.
Yeah.
I wish I could have seen that happen.
Yeah, I still never have.
But it was broken again. So that's a bummer.
Shout out Numberlock for the super chat. They didn't say anything. I think they just said okay. So good enough for me. Anyway,
gift shop I think was one of my favorite gift shops.
Yeah.
Because they absolutely nailed the gift shops I saw as a kid.
Yeah.
The things that were in it. I was like, oh shit, these are all things I loved getting at gift shops on road trips with my parent as a kid. It was like stuff, some of it wasn't even themed to Casa Bonita. It was I forgot what it is. It's the little box of people that you could I forgot, it's like a wishing box or I can't remember what it was called. But it was a little box of people. They had those, and I'm like, I remember getting these as a kid at little roadside attractions, and they had them. They had one of my favorite things to get as a kid, the pen that when you flip over, it moves slowly down, and it's a cliff diving. And I was like, okay, I got that. I got coasters. I got everything.
See, I was bummed about that because when I saw the pen, I was like, yeah, we're gonna get the girls' clothes to come off. Yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah,
do you remember
I do.
Seeing that?
I do remember that. I've seen some of those before.
Yeah, I was hoping it would be like, the cliff diver, those trunks, the trunks are about to come off. Yeah. No, anyway, they nailed that style.
They did.
Jason in the chat is asking, have you guys ever been to Madonna Inn? I swear you would love it.
No,
we have to go there.
Where is
at some
it?
point. You should look it up. Palm Springs.
Oh, okay.
I think, right?
Oh, Palm Springs is not far. I've been to Palm Springs a couple times.
I think just at some point, just stay the night there.
Okay.
I think if you look it up, you'll understand quick.
Yeah.
The Casa Bonita of hotels. It's like made in the 70s is stuck in the 70s. Oh. Every room is some bizarre theme.
Awesome.
Oh, you're in the pink room and it's all pink.
Oh, that's sick.
It's they've done so many photo shoots there, like for artists that I like bands and it's not
San
Palm
Luis
Springs,
Obispo.
San
That's
Luis
still,
Obispo.
It's fine.
halfway between San Diego and San Francisco.
Okay. Not too bad.
Yeah.
That's sick. I don't know if you saw this, but did you see that they opened up their an online store?
The Casa Bonita? Oh, yeah.
And they have everything we saw there, including some stuff we didn't.
Yeah.
And I was like, they have a Sorcerer Magic kit. It's like, it's got like the cup and ball and stuff like that. And it's like a themed Sorcerer Magic kit. They have like all the Sorcerer merch there.
Yeah, I was going to say, they had all that in the store when I went the first time, but no Sorcerer stuff when we went back.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And they had so much stuff.
I didn't know it was a magic kit, though. That's cool.
I saw the Sorcerer Magic kit in there. It was cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the gift shop is very well done.
Yes.
And I didn't get so much this time because I raided that thing the first time. I got the Sopapilla flag. I think I got 2 hoodies and I had to wear them both because we flew on an airline that didn't let you bring an extra bag. So I just was like, no, I'll get through it. I flew home looking like the kid from Christmas Story. Just
you can't put your arms
7
down.
hoodies on and a beanie and all that. Mom, I just looked like an idiot. But no, this time I didn't really get anything. So
I got a bunch of stuff, but I just jammed it in my bag and I fit it all in.
But yeah, anyway, it was so cool. I have nothing else to.
Nope, that was like anybody who can go. And I think
make
now,
the effort to go.
Yeah, I think now you can not like immediate reservations, but you can go online and make reservations.
Yeah, you could, if you're on it, you can find a way.
Yeah, you can just go and they're not like readily available, but they're just if you do it a month out, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
So everybody check it out. I don't see anybody not liking this place. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So
recommend it for literally. I recommend it if you got kids. I recommend it if your whole party is 80.
Yep.
Everybody
will enjoy it.
Will love it.
Yeah. It is
like there's something for everyone.
Legitimately great. I even recommended it to Sean, and he seemed pretty receptive about it. I was like, Sean, instead of doing all the birthdays, in September,
complicated birthday parties,
just take everyone to Casa Bonita.
Yeah.
And I think they would have such a memorable birthday that I think they would be talking about that for years.
Yep.
So
yeah, they'll remember that place forever.
Yep.
So that's Casa Bonita.
Yeah.
We recapped that. That was another thing we did.
Yes.
Yeah. That was. I mean, I'm so glad we got to do that.
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to go back again.
Yeah, you facilitated that, and thank you so much for helping out with that and everything.
I did make it possible.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. No, we would have found one way or another.
Yes.
You were getting in there.
I know.
So we were going to find a way.
We tried to do it on tour, but it wasn't working out.
That still kills me.
I know. We were in Denver, and it's like, oh man, we could have went.
If we do another tour, I will definitely coordinate it.
Yes.
Where we are, even before we announce the dates.
Yeah.
I will lock down Casa Bonita. We're all eating at that fucking thing for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So that happened. I had planned and booked a trip to Tokyo.
Yeah, a while ago.
I want to say thank you to everyone who books me on Cameo because you funded it. It was a Cameo funded trip. And I went to that. Kevin stayed here.
Yes.
But got to go to the opening of
the new like Tiana Bayou Adventure.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure in Disneyland.
I hadn't seen any of the new Critter Country or anything like that until I went to that.
Yeah.
So I'm so down to talk about that.
I'm curious because the first thing you told me after you went on it, and I was surprised to hear you say this, was you said, the park finally went woke. And then you made your profile hashtag Splash Mountain Forever. Now, what was that all about?
That did not happen. But it is true that anybody that I read about hating this ride has either Brer or Splash in their name on whatever social media.
People try to come at me on social media about like, don't you think they ruined this? Don't you think they ruined? And I always check their profile. And yeah, their name is Brer Skunk.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, it's like, oh man.
Yeah. I mean, I'll talk about it in a bit, but I absolutely loved what they did with that ride.
Oh, so you did?
Yeah.
Let's see. I've been dying to hear about this.
I actually went on both.
Oh, you went on in Florida.
I went on in Florida
of course,
in September. And
you went to Disney World in Florida.
Yep.
Anything you want to say about that?
My whole Disneyland. I finally did my honeymoon. Me and my wife got married in January of 2020.
Yeah.
And then while planning our honeymoon, everything shut down. So we couldn't do it, and we finally did our honeymoon in September.
Yeah.
Went to Disney World, and it was great. I feel like the parks weren't too packed. The only bummer, and it wasn't too bad, but about for like maybe a solid hour of every day was torrential downpour.
Yeah.
Before that, it was fine. After that was fine.
But that comes with Florida.
That comes with Florida. So we expected it. We had a great time.
Yeah.
But everything was great. I got to go on a bunch of new stuff, including like stuff I hadn't been on before. And the new Tiana Bayou adventure there was good. I enjoyed it, but I would say that we have a better version.
Is it better? Yeah, so that was my question. Is it better in Disneyland?
It's better in Disneyland.
And everything I've heard, the rumor was, and it seems like it's true, they developed it for Disneyland and then just kind of fit it into Florida.
The pacing was better in ours. I feel that I feel it's the same way with the Mickey's Runaway Railway.
Yeah.
I think the pacing and everything is better in ours, probably because
way better.
We don't have to fit it into anything. We built a whole new building for it.
Custom.
They fit it into the old Great Movie Ride building.
Yeah.
So I feel like things are just better and more well paced. And I felt that about this one.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of lulls. The animatronics are wonderful in this new one. And I didn't realize until I wrote it on the Disneyland one, the dialogue changes on some of the things at night.
Really?
I wrote it during the day in Florida, and it's like, okay, cool. And I wrote it night, and the dialogue was different, and it was about it being at night. There's something like the alligator's looking for something, and when I wrote it Disneyland at night, it was like, oh, it's tough seeing things at night or something. I can't remember exactly what they say. But they mentioned that, and I'm like, oh shit, that's definitely a feature that it knows when it's nighttime, and it changes the dialogue, not within the ride, but in the outside portions.
Interesting.
I still think our Splash Mountain is better anyway, so I think it's easier because I don't really like how wide it is and how there's 2 seats in each one.
You don't like that about what the Florida one? Oh, okay,
and I feel like
I hear a lot of people say the opposite too.
Really, I've always liked ours more. I do feel like we get way more wet on ours though.
I've been hearing that. I
typically get annihilated on our Splash Mountain. Always have.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's any different now. They didn't really adjust the logs, so it's really, you get absolutely soaked.
I don't know if you saw this. There's a lot of talk that there's a major theme park Twitter person on the SNL writing team because there's a joke like every other week in Weekend Update now about theme park stuff.
Really?
And there was one last week, I don't know if you saw, about fans are complaining they are getting way too wet on Tiana's Bayou. That made it to SNL. And they said they're saying they're getting way too wet in the parks on this ride, which is something that happens normally only with Gaston. Or like they say that. I don't know how they
No, I get you.
They get wet from Gaston was the joke. The ladies do.
Apparently that was a problem with Johnny Depp, not Johnny Depp.
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow. They had to hey,
remember?
Women are following this guy around. We gotta cool it with this guy.
There was an article about that. I remember about a guy who played it, and he's just they killed this role because we were getting propositioned. We were getting
all
notes,
the time.
Notes passed to us that were of an unsavory nature and stuff. It was. Now they're back, but there was a moment in the early 2000s.
Where it's okay, we gotta stop this. But I got soaked. I sat further in the back, and I didn't get as soaked because I'm a bigger guy, and if you sit in the front seat,
you're fucked.
You're fucked because it comes over the top, and it just gets all over your lap, every single time. I actually plan on that. If I'm sitting in the front, I have to like situate myself, knowing that I'm gonna get soaked. I will say, I said this, it never changed, but you actually get more soaked in the internal drop of the ride during the inside dark part.
That actually I think upset me more.
Yeah.
When I've only been on Splash Mountain like one time 20 years ago, but the one in the middle got me out of nowhere, and that pissed me off more than the big.
Yeah, you get more wet in that one than the major one.
Yeah.
That has not changed.
Yeah.
We had ponchos actually saved from, because it rained in Florida. Yeah. We bought ponchos, and we just took those to. We had those in the car, so we were like, okay, we're planning on going this. Let's take these ponchos, and it came in clutch. They were so handy.
Dang, man.
Like, so we didn't get soaked to the bone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Overall, this was a good thing.
Yes.
It wasn't like they ruined the ride or anything like that.
I don't think they ruined the ride. The animatronic, there are obviously less animatronics just because there were so many left over from America Sings.
Yeah.
That they used a ton of those to fill the ride. But now they're just bigger and more like, there's now just scenes that you see instead of just constant things.
Instead of just scattered animatronics everywhere.
There's more of a through line. Now, my biggest qualm, and I said this when I talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, I think I already know.
There's nothing scary on the ride.
Yeah. The build up to the drop is like, let's go to the party.
Let's go to the party. Oh, we got a shortcut.
There should be a dark part.
You need to be scared.
Yeah,
you need to be like, oh shit, we're fucked. But no, it's all just fun and games, and then they drop you, and then it's more fun and games. It's just that I miss the like, oh, it's now scary. There's lightning. There's birds and everything like that. That is the one part where I'm like, they messed up with that.
Yeah.
I want something. I always feel like every Disney ride needs to have a scary section, and I feel like they're constantly just removing those.
Yes,
from any ride. Yeah. It's like you need to have some like a scary portion of your ride because that's part of what makes them fun. That's part of life. That's
yeah.
And they took that out of Splash Mountain.
Still
to me, fun ride, but they took that out.
To me, it's unconscionable that they did not include Dr. What's his name?
Felicity. I can't remember.
But
he was such a good villain.
Great villain. It would have been a fantastic twist in the ride.
Yeah.
And the fact that they don't acknowledge it is some. I'm not dissing the whole ride.
Yeah.
But that is some milquetoast bullshit to me. No, that's too weird. Don't do Don't do that. Like, that was sitting there. You could have used that. That's so crazy to me.
His major song is "Friends on the Other Side."
Yeah,
that's so fitting.
Guarantee that was in there, and then it went through the filter. It was like, no, that's not a good vibe for the. I get it, but
I'm sorry. Like that would have fit perfectly in there. Like, no, okay, we got to get you to the party then. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you to the party.
Yeah, Keith David played that role. He would have done more.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that is the one misstep. Do I dislike the ride? No, I
think
the ride is great.
That's a blunder. That's a blunder.
That is definitely a con of this new version.
Yeah,
for sure. But I feel like anytime I see people like posting stuff, there are like analyzing every single piece of everything, going like, look at this. This look at this painted mural.
Yeah.
It's not as good. And it's like the ride is altogether one thing. It's not like you can't just look at one photo and then analyze that photo with every single different rock. And the ride's really good.
People were doing that with Tiana's mouth is already cracking. It's cracking. Look, and they use the new iPhone's 5x zoom. It's like cracking at the lip. And then, someone was there the next day. Like, oh, we fixed it.
Yeah, they fixed it. Okay.
All right.
Done.
Anyway, so you liked it, though.
Yes, I did like it. It was good. It's really, the lighting there, just not even going on the ride, just walking in that area is really nice at night. Like walking over that bridge that you can see the Splash Mountain drop from. There's like fireflies and all this kind of stuff going on just in that area. It's really, really nice.
Guy in the chat is saying every ride now is help us do the thing. Help Rocket because his hands don't scan.
Yeah.
Help Spider-Man get the spider bots. Help Tinkerbell deliver packages.
Yep.
Which is why I like Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
Because that is, we're going to go to the, oh no, we got to get the fuck out of here.
Fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has, to me, the spirit of Indiana Jones.
Yes.
You know, like, you weren't supposed to do it. Now we got to go. Oh, come
Don't
on.
go there. That's worse.
Yeah. Mega Octobot. Thanks for all the subs.
Thank you so much for the subs. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's weak to me, but seems like the ride is fun. Sounds like it's cool still.
It is fun. I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
Did you happen to try because they closed that whole area, the Critter Country, and now it's called Bayou Country, I think.
Yeah.
Now that it's open again.
Yeah.
And that's cool and everything like that. Nothing's really. It's just kind of spruced up. But they updated the Hungry Bear. Now it's like the Hungry Bear barbecue.
They did
something.
barbecue jamboree. I did.
You tried that food?
I actually, if you watch on Mega 64's second channel, Mega 64 Infinity.
Yeah.
I did a stream. I happened to be there. I was on my way to something else, and I happened to be there for opening night. So I tried a few things while I answered chat questions and stuff like that. But anyway, so you can actually watch my first attempt. If you really need to see me eating barbecue, I don't know why you would, but it is on there.
Yeah.
So I did. I tried a few things.
Yeah, I tried some stuff too. Me and my wife went, and I have never been a big fan of their food. I've gotten their desserts
at Hungry Bear.
Hungry Bear,
yeah.
I feel like their burgers have always kind of been dry. They've gotten better throughout the years.
Yeah.
But I really liked this food,
dude,
that they got.
I kind of
filled it out.
I kind of feel like that might be that might be right now maybe the best quick service.
Yeah.
Like, I got the brisket sandwich. I don't know what you got.
Yeah, I got the tray.
Yeah, I couldn't decide. I wanted to do that, but a sandwich sounded so good.
I couldn't decide between the tray and the sandwich either.
Yeah.
But my wife got the sandwich, and so I was like, I'll get the tray.
Yeah.
See it.
But I was so close to doing that.
It was really good. Like, you just pick your meats and everything like that. You can't get all of them, but you can get 2 and then 2 sides and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was great. It was served just like any other barbecue place.
Yeah.
Metal tray, and I got brisket and pulled pork.
Yeah.
And it comes with a slice of white bread.
Yes. It's been funny. I've been seeing so many people visiting the park and eating there and stuff that are confused by that. That are like, they just gave me a random piece of sliced bread. I'm like, yeah, that's a barbecue staple.
That is a staple of barbecue places.
If you don't know what that is, you ain't going to real barbecue places.
If you don't, if your barbecue place doesn't give you a slice of white bread, you're at the you're
going to some gringo ass barbecue places.
I agree.
Okay,
I agree.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's just been funny seeing all these theme park nerds going. What?
Yeah, my food was really good, and they give you options for the barbecue sauce because it's a pump thing out by outside the thing. So I tried both, and I like the non-spicy one.
Oh yeah,
as per usual.
The redo of that restaurant was win all down because already the place already looked cool. It's along the river.
Yeah,
you were already winning. It looks the same as it did before, except now it has more Country Bear theming. Oh, success.
Cool.
And the food is now better. Win, all around.
Yep.
I had the brisket sandwich. That was great. The fucking fries, those were good.
Yes, the fries were good.
The fries, they have like battered steak fries or something there. Those were damn good.
There's one thing I didn't try, but I will definitely try it next time, is they have like loaded fries that have brisket on it or pulled pork.
Yeah, I think it's pulled pork.
Queso and all that kind of stuff on the fries. Did not have that, but I will try that next time.
They had a strawberry shortcake lemonade. That was great.
Really? They also had a pickle lemonade.
I didn't realize that.
I didn't get that either. I'll get that next time. It's just a regular lemonade, but it has a pickle spear in it.
Yeah. So, but I gotta say,
I gotta try it.
What might have been the best thing there?
What was it?
Banana pudding.
Shit, I didn't get the banana pudding, and
let me just say first.
Yeah,
you fucked up.
I love banana pudding. Dude. I absolutely love banana pudding, but I didn't get it because I knew I was saving my dessert I was going to go to the Harbor Galley and get the fresh hot gingerbread cookies.
They just added that
with the gingerbread dipping sauce and some milk. So I did that.
I can't blame you on that. I can't blame you on that.
I was like, I'm going to hold off on dessert right here because I have a plan for dessert over there. But next time, I'm getting that fucking banana pudding. I love banana pudding.
You gotta get it.
Yeah.
It was godlike.
Oh, I gotta try that.
So yeah, those are all the things I tried. I think
the warm.
Oh no, I got a side of beans.
Oh, I had a side of beans with mine too. I got beans and coleslaw. They're both great.
The beans were, barbecue beans sometimes are boring.
Yeah,
and especially at a theme park, it's like, how good is this gonna be? That was pretty fucking good.
It was pretty good.
It kind of reminded me of Kansas City barbecue
because they're kind of
very sweet, candy like. I was like, okay,
yeah.
I thought that was pretty damn good.
I like their beans. I go to Phil's barbecue, and I don't think their beans are as good as the Disneyland ones.
I think Disneyland had better beans than Phil's barbecue.
Yep,
I agree.
Yeah,
man.
I will say that when I got the gingerbread cookies.
Yeah,
I got the big tote of them.
Oh, damn!
I went all out. I got the tote and milk, and I
were they hot?
Yeah. They were hot, and I
ate
them just like I just carried it around with me the rest of the day. And
I
had them throughout the day. Oh,
well,
so good.
What I was telling Kevin is there's a big thing right now where they always sell the fancy popcorn buckets, as you can see here. And they have one, they have one now that's like Mickey Elf or whatever. They have one that's a gingerbread house, and with Mickey and Minnie and gingerbread versions of them. Whatever.
Yeah.
You can get it at any popcorn cart in the park. But if you get it at Harbor Galley, the place that has these cookies, they just give you a big tote of hot gingerbread cookies.
They just come with it, and it's like.
Yeah, so everyone's like, fuck popcorn, go here.
Yeah.
You get a giant thing of cookies.
When we were picking up our cookies, people were like, they're out of the gingerbread house. And everybody's like, oh, damn it. And they would leave. And I was like, I just want the cookies.
Yeah.
And I had no problem with getting the cookies.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, dude, get that banana pudding next time.
I will.
We gotta go.
100% we'll get that. I will definitely be going back to this. It reminded me of and I miss it because it was all you can eat and it was so much fun. But the Big Thunder Ranch barbecue that they removed for Galaxy's Edge was reminiscent of that. It was. I still prefer the Big Thunder Ranch barbecue.
Yeah.
But now having a barbecue option again is really good. I enjoy it.
That should be there.
It should always be there. And the food is really good. So there's a couple things I still want to try there. So I will definitely be back. One thing I'm bummed about is they adjusted the menu at Tiana's restaurant.
Yes.
And it doesn't have shrimp and grits anymore.
Oh no, are you kidding me?
It might be temporary, but there's a featured gumbo or something that has taken its spot.
Oh, and that was my favorite fucking thing there.
I loved the shrimp and grits. So I hope they bring it back. I really, really hope they bring it back.
They added, some kind of gumbo thing or whatever there. And they added a catfish po' boy.
Really? I saw that. I will try that soon.
I do want to try that.
The po' boy before was like a beef, almost like pulled beef sandwich.
Yeah. It was just a beef po' boy.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
It was really, really good.
But
so I'll try that.
The shrimp and grits.
The shrimp and grits is gone. That was so good. That was my favorite thing. Like one of my favorite things in the whole park. To get, and it's gone.
Oh.
So hopefully they'll bring it back. Hopefully Disney realizes that they should.
What is the food thing they've done in the parks? The food change that has made you the most mad?
Oh,
because I think I got one
really
locked and loaded.
I don't think I have one locked and loaded. I'm sure there's one. I'm sure there's one I'm missing
where
that I'm like.
Change it and it's like, bro, you fucked up.
Oh, I don't know mine. It might be the same one. I just don't know.
The corn dogs at Stage Door Cafe.
It
was always like every normie would get a corn dog at the corn dog cart.
Yeah.
On Main Street and all that stuff. And it's like, no, if you're a pro,
you know where to go.
You go and get it in Frontierland because at the Stage Door Cafe, because they make them fresh there. They don't wheel them over in a cart.
Yeah, they make them elsewhere and wheel them into the little cart at the end of Main Street that you can get them.
But not in Frontierland.
Not as Frontierland. They make them right there.
They fry them 2 feet away from you. And because the fryers are right there. They'll make you fries.
Yes.
And everywhere else, they give you a shitty bag of chips.
Yeah.
But no, if you get in Frontierland, they give you fries. And then pandemic happened, and no, we'll just give you chips.
I want fries.
You're still making fries in here. You have fish and chips.
Yeah.
Give me fucking fries.
Yeah, I want fries.
No, well, here's a bag of Doritos. Fuck you.
Yeah, I love that corn. That's my favorite corn dog.
Period. The best corn dog.
The best dog. It's gigantic. It's so good. And now I get it way less because I'm like, I don't need a bag of chips. You know me. I can't. I eat a couple chips and I'm like, I'm good. But
I
French
could
fries,
still wolf chips.
Yeah.
I'm not. I can't. I will separate from you there.
Yeah,
I could. I'm still wolfing down the chips, but I would rather have hot fries.
Yeah, I love fries so much more than potato chips.
Like what the fuck?
I love French fries, and they just got rid of them. So now it's like, yeah. That's definitely one. As soon as you said corn dog, I'm like, oh, it's the fries. I know it. Because that sucked when they got rid of those.
I feel like in Disney World they bring back and get rid of the citrus swirl like every other 2 weeks.
They did on me when I was so excited to get that, and then I go, it's like, oh no, that's not the flavor right now. It's this other thing because they have the same machines in there, and they just have different they'll cycle out some stuff, and they cycle. The citrus roll wasn't an option; it was some other. It's like I don't know what flavor they had, but it could be back now. But it was gone when I went, and I was so bummed out.
I saw multiple people in the chat bring. I think Guy did. Guy and Jason maybe getting rid of the fried green tomato sandwich.
I've never heard that.
I've never even heard of it. Where was that?
I did. I think it was at where Tiana's restaurant is now.
I think it was at French Quarter.
French Quarter. That's it. I think it was there.
French Market.
I never got it, but I always got the bread bowl or something like that. But my favorite thing was the chicken there. I always got that chicken plate that had citrus chicken and I got a mint julep with it.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of another thing other than getting rid of the fries.
That
really bummed me out.
Hungry Bear had the fried green tomato.
Oh, really?
Okay, I never had it.
Never had it.
Not something that I get all the time, but Rancho del Zocalo in Frontierland is a Mexican food restaurant.
Yes.
And you could get, it's not the best Mexican food, but you can get a carne asada plate. You can get enchiladas. Enchiladas were a staple there. And whatever you get has, rice and beans and cheese and stuff like that. And then, recently it's like, no more enchiladas. What? Yeah. The big, what is it?
I forgot what it was. It's like a
taco bowl,
big,
whatever
giant
thing.
Taco bowl full of like meat and beans and everything like that.
Yeah.
That I would always get that there.
Yeah, got rid of that.
It got rid of that, and it's like, okay,
and then
never been back.
And then not only that, okay, rice and beans and cheese. No, they're doing the same thing as the fucking corn dog thing. Oh, here's some chips. Here's a bag of chips.
I don't want chips.
Shove the chips up your ass.
Yeah. Chips, I think, are just easy and cheap. So they do that, but I don't want it. Sorry.
Shove the chips up your ass. Instead of rice and beans and cheese, I'll just hand you a bag of chips. Oh, you will? Yeah. Hand them to my ass backwards. Hand them to my hole. I can't stand that shit.
Yeah.
You made it all the way to the theme park. Oh, let me get this nice meal. I'm paying a premium to get a nice meal. Here's a bag of chips. Do you want some? I got some chips. Crunch them up and pour them up your hole. Like, you made it here. Here's a bag of chips. The kids from Stranger Things are going to give you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Shut the fuck up. Sorry. That incenses me. Here's some chips. You came all the way here. You want a bag of chips? Fuck you. That pisses me off. Oh my God. Talk about something else. I'm going to heal.
I'll make you feel better.
Okay.
Currently, Jolly Holiday has the turkey, cranberry, and stuffing sandwich again.
It does?
Yeah, it has all the.
All right, I'm back
like
on.
The trimmings, stuff like that. I saw it there. I didn't get it because I was stuffed from all the other stuff I ate.
You know what was really good?
That's back.
Dude, during Halloween, they had the bulgogi sandwich.
Yeah.
Bulgogi beef, and then it had a cup of like tomato soup, or It wasn't. It was some kind of. They did something to it. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was delicious.
It's really good.
That was good.
Yeah. One of the things that I hate that they got rid of and it never came back was the elote hot dog. The elote hot dog was so good.
They never brought that back.
And it was at the refreshment. It was Coke refreshment corner or whatever.
It was like a fucking giant foot-long hot dog with elote
covered
all over it.
And cotija cheese and all that kind of stuff. Super good.
Yeah.
And it went away years ago. Never returned. So that's one of the big ones.
I was going into Disneyland just to eat that and leave. That was happening. Like, I got to go to LA for this thing. Hold on. Do you want to eat? I'm just going to pull over here. And I would go into a Disneyland theme park and get that hot dog. All right, I'm good. And then get back in the car and go.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good. I can't believe they didn't bring that back.
I know.
Anyway, sorry again about my voice.
No, it's all good.
I'm losing it. Anyway.
That's Bayou Country.
That's all the food stuff.
All the food stuff.
Yeah, anger about food stuff. Oh, one more thing that's stupid.
Yeah.
In Tiana's restaurant or whatever in New Orleans Square, it is connected to the place you get mint juleps.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Can I get a mint julep? No.
No, you got to go out and go
You have
around.
to go wait in line for it at the mint julep place. You're connected to it.
Yeah. You could always get it before
you used to be able to just ask for it.
Yeah,
and they
it was
would get,
in their
drink
machine. Like you could just get it.
And now, I'll take a mint julep. Now you got to go to the other place. This is all one place.
Yeah.
No, but that's the window over there. I'm not going to wait in line again.
Yeah.
I just waited in line to get food here.
Yeah.
To do it all over again for a drink. Shove it up your ass. We can't. Where are the mint juleps? Over here. Well, you're reaching it by your arm doing that. You're touching where the mint juleps
Just go
are.
ask them.
Just grab that and hand the cup to me, and I'll give you $6. No, that's over there. And it exactly what so whatever your name is, SoCal 94. That place is constantly swamped.
It gets
so it
swamped.
would alleviate if you could get them either here or there.
Yeah.
No, you gotta wait in the line at the other place to get the mint julep. Okay. Well, maybe what you should do is get a mint julep and slurp it up with your asshole and drink it from your butt. Stupid fuck.
I don't know why anybody would want a mint julep. It just tastes like toothpaste anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean, what? Yeah, mint. Isn't that the flavor from toothpaste?
Toothpaste? No.
That's another thing I hate. Yeah. I don't want to hear.
It's meant to make toothpaste taste good.
I don't see how you enjoy this drink. It tastes like toothpaste.
It tastes like mouthwash.
Yeah, well, maybe you're not adult enough to brush your teeth then, stupid asshole.
I wonder why your voice is going.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting too mad. I don't know. It tastes like pot. It tastes like a toothpaste. I don't know. Well, stop eating toothpaste.
Mint juleps are great. I love
mint
them.
julep is delicious.
I would always get them. They're so nice.
It tastes like a lemonade that you got toothpaste in. Stop putting toothpaste in your food. Brush your teeth and go to bed. Shut up. Anyway, sorry, I got very heated on this episode. I didn't expect to go down this route.
No. But yeah. But everything other than that, food's great at Disneyland. I hate.
Yeah. Other than those things, there's a lot of good food.
Yeah, I hate this. Like, it's just theme park food. It's like, because you're just getting a hot
dog
stepped
over
up their
here.
Game. You're getting a burger over here. There are amazing places you can eat at Disneyland.
Yep, they've stepped up their game, and not to get into prices stuff because we're tired of that, but it really is. You can complain about the ticket price of Disneyland, and you should. It's way too much.
Way too much.
But the food prices are a bargain compared to any other park. When you go to SeaWorld, it's like, are you joking?
It's laughably high at SeaWorld. I don't know why.
So Disneyland, the ticket is a lot, but once you're in there, you got a lot of good stuff to eat.
Yeah.
And you'll have a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so we talked about all that. Speaking of cheap, I'll briefly touch on this, but while you were doing all that, I was in Japan.
Yes.
I went to Tokyo Disneyland, had a great time. Mm-hmm. Tokyo Disney Sea, had a great time. Both significantly cheaper. That's all. I won't go into it past that, but everything, of course, was cheaper there.
Yeah.
especially with how weak the yen is right now. Tokyo Disneyland, regular Tokyo Disneyland. I went on a miraculous day. It was quiet. I was standing in the hub between all the, with the Walt statue and all that stuff, and I'm just like, you can't hear anything. Like you're not even hearing chitter chatter. It's just quiet. I'm like, this was a perfect day to go.
That's awesome.
Disney Sea has a brand new land in it, so that was packed no matter what.
Yeah.
And usually both parks are like that, but I think everyone was going to Disney Sea
because it's all got the new stuff. Yeah.
The new Beauty and the Beast ride, masterpiece. That was a masterpiece of dark ride. The Fantasyland dark ride, perfected.
Yep.
Done. And what was so cool about it, you haven't looked at stuff from it. I went in cold.
Yeah, I don't. I purposely, I haven't even seen stuff from the China theme parks because I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
Even though I probably won't even remember if I had watched that by the time I actually eventually do those parks.
Yeah.
But I still go, no, I haven't been on this. I don't want to see it. I have that mentality for anything. If I've been on it, I don't want to see it.
I went into it. The only time I look up rides beforehand is if I'm scared there might be something that will keep me from going on it. Like, does it have a huge drop? Mm-hmm. Does it, what is it, a roller coaster? I'll look at that to make sure I'm safe. But otherwise I don't. And there's a certain effect in the Beauty and the Beast ride that I kind of had seen because everyone sent me a clip of it. Did you see this? How do they do this? I was like, I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew it was going to happen, but let me tell you, seeing it in person, whoa! I mean, lots and lots of gasps throughout the ride. Oh, people who had never been on it going, oh, what? Lots of those moments. What I was most impressed by, though, I don't think this is a spoiler, Kevin. I'm not gonna say any specific things that happen in it. It really is crazy though how they instead of Rise of the Resistance got that.
Yes.
Because it's the same thing, has a pre-show, it has all that kind of stuff, and then it uses the trackless vehicle and all that stuff. There is some tech going on in that ride. The stuff that you notice, of course.
Yeah.
But then there's stuff that, man, when I went, I got to go on it like 3 times.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
And when I was going on it the 3rd time, I'm looking at stuff and I'm going like, damn, people aren't even noticing that's happening. Oh, that's some big brain shit. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Where you're going, oh man, that's genius. And what's genius about it is it's an effect that even people are just not even noticing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
just
crazy.
Little details like that.
Yeah. It's like it's designed to not be noticed. That's amazing. So, but what impressed me the most about it that it did that I've never seen other rides do.
What?
Is it let you live in the scene. It was really amazing how it took you into a scene. Oh, it's this song. Again, I don't think I'm spoiling anything. No. You know this is going to be in it.
Yes.
You go into Be Our Guest.
Okay.
Oh, of course, over there it's Yokozo. But anyway.
Yeah.
You're in that room for like 5 minutes. Like, oh, this is happening. And then you turn around. Now this is happening. And now that, like, it isn't just this room. Whoa. That room. Whoa.
Yeah.
You're in that room for a third of the ride, but they just keep evolving the scene. And then that song ends and you leave and you're in another room and it's the whole song. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
They found ways to evolve.
Yeah.
The dark ride where it's not just room to room to room to room to room. You live, it's like, oh, it's this song. And you're getting kind of the whole song. I was really blown away. And because of the trackless technology, it's not just going down a line. It's like, I'm going to send you over here.
Yeah.
And you go look at this.
And you were there 3 times, so you probably noticed little differences where you're going and stuff.
Yeah.
So
he's singing this part. Okay, you sit there and just watch him sing that part. They're watching her react to it. And
then vice versa.
Awesome. It was really like, I've never seen a ride do this. That really blew me away. And I'm so glad. The first time I went on it, I was alone. Like, I was in a car with other people, but I just went by myself. I was there. And I want to talk about this. I was getting to the parks really early.
Yes.
And I'll bring that up in a second. But I rope dropped that ride just on my own. I'm so glad no one there knew who I was. It was embarrassing. I embarrassed myself. How much, if you guys at home saw me, you would never respect me again. The amount of clutching my chest and gasping. Oh my God. It was pathetic.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm someone who thinks everybody should react the way they want.
Exactly.
Should not be ashamed of what they like. No, I should have been ashamed of what I liked that day. I was being so stupid. I was, oh my God. It was, and the soy facing, like, I would have never heard the end of it. I would have been humiliated online for the rest of my life.
And you just entered the gates at this point.
What's that?
And you just had entered the gates at this point. You haven't even gone on the ride.
Yeah. Oh, the whole time. I mean, it was pathetic how much oh my God. Oh my. And then, the ballroom. You know that's in there.
Yeah.
The song kicks in. It was, and that was never even my favorite of the Disney movies. No, nothing against it, but, and I was emotional. It was so well done. It was so well done. And Guy is talking about it in the chat. The way they mix the sound was really amazing, where it swells and hits at the perfect times.
Yeah.
They have nailed that tech, however they do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Beauty and the Beast was incredible. Finally got on the, I could not remember if I had done the Pooh. I think I did the Pooh ride.
Pooh ride. I've always heard about it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
That was really cool and used that tech really well. I saw a lot of people online say like, oh, that's still the best trackless ride because it's so crazy. It was crazy and it was fun. It was like cracked out.
Yeah, that's cool.
But Beauty and the Beast was better. Just the setting. They built Beast Castle.
I know.
And you're going through it.
Oh.
And to me, you're not topping the immersion of that.
They always build these things twice, though. I wonder if we're ever going to get one over here, or another country's going to get one, or something like that.
If they were smart, I hate to say this, but man, I wish they would, instead of Ratatouille, I wish they would have built that in the France pavilion.
Yeah, they may not have the space. I don't know. Florida's weird, where they have a ton of space and they don't use it. They just bulldoze stuff. We'll get to that.
Yes,
and I feel like they could if they just used all this swampland behind it. But maybe there's a difference because it's like, swampland, it's hard to build on. Or, I don't know.
I remember hearing a rumor a long time ago, like, they're going to do it in Disneyland in California. They're just going to bulldoze the Fantasyland Theater and all that. But I just still feel like you'd need more room than that.
You'd need like a Galaxy's Edge. I mean, Rise of Resistance sized building for these things.
Yeah.
Because they're massive.
But man, I was really affected by that ride. I tried to do stuff that I normally had not seen or experienced there. So like, okay, they still have the Snow White ride, but I did that when I went there. There was a bunch of stuff that it's like, I've done that. But like the train in Disneyland, I'm like, I don't ever see that. Like, where is that? Oh, it loads in Adventureland. It's like the front, or whatever they call it there, the Frontierland Express. I totally didn't realize it doesn't go around the whole park, because if it did, they would have, due to Japanese law, they would have to charge a fare.
Really?
I didn't know that. It was like, oh, so they have it just go around one part of it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, I was cracking up.
Is there anything on the train? Because I know, like, depends on because I went to Paris and it's just a train around the thing. Yeah. But you go to Disneyland and you have these big scenes that you can go through and stuff like that. I didn't know if that was the case in Japan.
In Japan, so what cracks me up the most about Tokyo Disneyland, it really is an amalgamation of things. I hope this isn't insulting. There are so many parts of it. Disney Sea is wholly original. It is like, damn, you came up with this? This is incredible.
Yeah.
I love Tokyo Disneyland, but it really does feel like And from what I've heard, like the dudes from the OLC, the company that runs it over there, they came to Disney World and just went, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that.
Build it here.
Give me a piece of this, give me a piece of that.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard that, you know, like their Haunted Mansion is in Fantasyland over there. And there's always been this talk about like, oh, you know, why that is because the afterlife is kind of a fantasy story in Japan, and they treat it more like fantasy, so it belongs there. And I've heard behind the scenes that is BS. It's just all these pieces of Tokyo Disneyland are copied bits from Disney World.
Yeah.
And this blew my mind. In Disney World, Small World and Haunted Mansion share a building. Mm-hmm. And they just did that again. It was like, no, put Small World there, and then Haunted Mansion has to be next to it because they share the building. It's like they just copy that. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I've heard that before. Anyway, so the train, it goes all through Frontierland. It's like mostly just Frontierland area. Mm-hmm. And so you see like the Indian Village. You see, it goes around the river kind of before ours ever did.
Oh, really?
It goes around the bank of the river.
Yeah.
It's almost like they kind of copied that back at Disneyland.
Yeah. When they adjusted it for the Galaxy's Edge.
You go around it. They still have the burning cabin at the river.
Oh, they do.
Got to see that.
Yeah.
So and then you go kind of through the Big Thunder area. Mm-hmm. And there's way more theming, like the Devil's Paint Pots and like stuff like that in the desert that you go by and stuff like that. There's a lot more theming.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of dinosaur bones all over the Big Thunder.
Okay.
And then you go inside the mountain, and what do you see? They copied the Primeval World from Disneyland.
Oh, shit. Okay, cool.
I didn't know they had that until recently.
I didn't know they had that either.
And not only that, it's worth going on there. They don't have the same molds as ours. It's so funny because the dinosaurs in Disneyland, they copied those molds for Universe of Energy in Florida. Mm-hmm. So the dinosaurs look the same on both coasts.
Yeah.
But then in Tokyo, they didn't. I don't know why they didn't do that again. The dinosaurs, they look like bootleg knockoffs of ours. And then what's kind of wicked is that they play the music from the World's Fair exhibit.
Oh yeah.
They don't play ours.
Yeah.
And they don't play like what plays in Disneyland. It's old down from the 60s World's Fair. It is dope.
Yeah, that sounds so sick. Yeah, I would have loved that.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So got to do that. What else? I'm trying to think what else I did. Finally got to see the Christmas version of the Country Bears.
Okay, I've never seen that. I've only seen some clips of it and stuff. That and the vacation one I've never seen.
I think Guy was saying this, or no. Someone else I know. I think maybe our buddy Chris was saying. He said it's a great show. He's like it's partially in Japanese and partially in English to make sure no one fully understands it. I thought that was great. Anyway, I thought that was funny. But it was cool. It was cool. Apologies to Guy because we did talk a little trash on the other versions of, because I think the original Country Bear show is like the definitive show.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh, that's one thing I saw. I'll speak of that in a second. But I saw the new one.
You saw the new one?
Yeah. I did see the
Please
new
talk
one.
about that because I need to get my voice back.
I saw the new Country Bears. It's still fun. It's still a fun show. And there's an added effect during the show that I thought was really cool with one of the bears. I was like, okay, that's an awesome effect. Yeah. I enjoyed that. And there's an effect they left in that I'm like, why the fuck did they leave that in? That's hilarious. I absolutely love it. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay.
But when you do see it, you'll see those two.
I've seen none of it.
None of it.
The only thing that I was like dreading, I thought it was really cool. I was like, they're bringing the bears back. That's great.
Yeah.
They had Kevin and Jody, who are artists that have done tons of stuff for the parks and are just big parks fans themselves.
Yeah.
They got to do the costumes.
Yeah.
So happy for them that they got to do that.
Great. It all looks awesome.
I just get bummed when I hear it's going to be the same 5 Disney songs. Oh, here's a song from Moana. Here's a song from Zootopia. Here's a song. That was a bummer to hear.
Yeah. That's the only thing is it mixes, like, I don't really care about the songs they have in the show that are just classic Disney songs.
Yeah.
I don't really care about that. People do. The crowd that was there loved it. Yeah. So I'm on the outside. It was like, no, I think you should just sing country songs and that's it.
Yeah.
They did write some new song. Like there's a new song for this.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. I thought it was really catchy.
Cool.
It opens with it. I thought it was great.
Cool.
And then it does do other just covers of country songs mixed in with other stuff. Those are great. But I don't.
Did they do like Jelly Roll?
But I did enjoy those parts more than now they're saying you got a friend in me and all that kind of stuff. But overall, I enjoyed it. I will always prefer the original show over this.
Okay, but you had a good time.
I still had a good time.
Okay.
I can see why they changed it, but I liked it less than the original.
Yeah.
So
I think they're going to change it back to the old one
because they can just switch it
at some point.
Like
yeah. Give it a few years off.
They'll go. Oh, we're running this just like Soarin' Over California has changed, and now it's just called Soarin' or Soarin' Over the World. And they go, oh no, for spring we're gonna just have Soarin' Over California again.
People forget that the Tiki Room in Florida went away.
Yeah,
and they changed it to under new management, and then just bring it back. Just bring it back.
Yep.
Man, I did that too. I saw the Tiki Room in Tokyo.
Really?
And they sing and then it's like, something happened to the power, and then there was an alien in here. It's like, what? Yeah, I think an alien crash landed here. It's like, what is happening? It was so weird. And then, it's Stitch. And then the show was over. Like, it's like you see Stitch, and then that thing was like.
So they have Stitch in theirs?
Yeah, it was like the animatronic was extremely good.
Yeah.
It was impressive, but I was like, huh? And then it was like, all right, thanks for joining us. It was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a bad show.
The New Country Bears is not as bad as that sounds.
Well, that's good.
So I enjoyed it, but I do miss the old one for sure.
Yeah. Well, it will continue to exist in Tokyo.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
Yes.
Anyway, aside from that,
I think I'm excited because I do want to go to. I've never been to Japan or Tokyo Disneyland or Disney Sea. So I'm gonna have a lot of catching up to do when I do eventually go there. It's gonna be a lot of like. There's nothing I haven't ridden on, so nothing I have ridden on. So I'm gonna have to ride on a lot.
Oh yeah. So all I want to say is you're gonna be overwhelmed. Oh, my favorite part though of Tokyo Disneyland was just sitting in the fucking pan-galactic pizza port, watching Tony Solaroni, the pizza alien.
Yeah,
there is a whole show in there, just like with Sunny Eclipse.
Yeah, are they related? Do they have a storyline that connects them at all?
I think there might be. Like they're.
I just wondered because that seems like something Disney would do.
Yeah, that show was built in 1989, and it is perfectly preserved in every way. The animation in it, the voice, it was like one of the last Disney Parks performances of Thurl Ravenscroft.
Yeah.
Where he's in it and he does a voice. And it was just like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
What kills me is that they sell a toy of that guy and they didn't have it when I was there.
It was sold out?
And I told an employee about it, and the cast members at the Disney parks in Tokyo are so wonderful. They're all so happy and helpful and incredible. Where it worked the opposite way, where it became a problem, was when I told them they didn't have that toy, because the woman who worked there would not let it go. It was, no,
I'm going to find this.
We're going to find you this toy. And I was like, that's okay. Stop right there. Hold on. No. She had a tablet that showed her every product
and inventory.
And she was going page by page, 300 pages. No. Oh, that's okay. I have a fast pass for a ride over there. No. Hold on. No. I mean, we were standing there 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I was so taken aback by that, but also I want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Like you want to go on rides. You want to check them out.
Yeah. But how kind they were.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it
Above
was wonderful.
And beyond.
But yeah, so that park was awesome. Disney Sea, all I want to say, I shot an entire thing. I couldn't stream in real time because the connection would have been garbage.
Yeah.
But I recorded an entire full day there that I haven't done it yet, but it's coming to our Patreon that people will be able to watch, where literally you'll be with me the entire day at Disney Sea. But Disney Sea, maybe the most beautiful park in the world. It doesn't have as much camp as I like some of the other parks do, but it has some.
Yeah.
Like the Sinbad ride, that ruled.
I can't wait. I had
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I never got to go on before because when I went before it was broken.
Oh.
But that was like BioShock shit. That was like kind of a mature ride, but just the way they executed it was so good. That's one of my favorite rides now.
There was one ride that you went on, I think it was a Disney Sea, that is now gone, and I never got to see it, but it's like a weather thing. It's like
it was either rain? Storm Chaser or Storm Rider.
That's been gone for a long time, but
they turned it into Finding Nemo, and it sucks.
That sucks.
But yeah, it was. You were part of a group that knew there was a terrible storm coming to Japan.
Yeah.
So you're going to shoot the God missile to kill the storm, and I'm going to spoil the ride because you'll never go on it.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
It was like Star Tours, but there were in-cabin effects. So, so you finally shoot the missile at the storm. Oh no! The storm blew the missile back, and
it's coming right for us.
Fucking crashes through the roof. Boom!
I need to watch because I never watched this on YouTube or anything, but it's gone. So I'm gonna watch that tonight.
It would protrude a foot from your head, and then the rain is coming in the cabin.
It's open now. Yeah,
you're getting sprayed.
You told me all this.
Yeah.
When you went to Japan or something like that, and when the new Star Wars was getting redone, I was hoping that they would do in-cabin effects like that.
Yeah, me too.
New Adventure Continues Star Tours, sorry.
Yeah.
And at Disneyland, and they didn't, but it doesn't matter. I still like that ride, but like I was
so bummed about
what are
that,
they going to do to this thing?
Yeah.
It's a brand new thing, and it's like, oh, they didn't do any of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that bummed me out. But Disney Sea, though, incredible park.
Yeah.
I did something during the stream, or during the thing I recorded, that I'm going to get laughed at for, but I'll just confess to it now.
Okay.
I bought a fast pass for a ride that I was not going to ride. I wanted to, and you'll see it in the video.
Yeah.
Live. Guy is saying, I didn't know live streaming in the parks is against the rules. And an angry Tokyo Disney local came into the chat and actually said, inconsiderate fat foreigner. Yeah, so that I actually did hear that.
That it's not allowed in the parks?
Yeah, that they banned streaming.
It's probably just because it's become such a problem.
Yeah, it was just streaming, I knew about that, but you could still record video. And I keep my shit very low key, just a little GoPro plugged into I do have a power source in my backpack that is like a nuclear reactor. It's so
it lasts
big.
forever.
I actually left it in Japan because bringing it back, it was like, this is so big and heavy, I'll buy another one.
Yeah.
I would rather do that than continue to travel with this.
Yes.
Anyway. But yeah, so I recorded my full day there. No breaks, no cuts, no anything. And anyway, I actually bought a fast pass to Tower of Terror in Tokyo Disney Sea.
Really?
Because there's a whole lore to it. With the Society of Explorers and Adventurers.
They looped that in, I remember.
Harrison Hightower is the owner of this hotel or whatever.
Yeah. Which is connected to Mystic Manor too, right? And
dude, Kevin, the lore and the world building in that is worth just for that.
Oh, I will definitely ride that.
And the storytelling that they wrote into it is so perfect. Where it's like, why are they bringing people into the hotel? Well, it's part of New York Street or whatever they call it in Disney Sea, and it's a historical tour. They keep it, the Society of History in whatever keeps it open because it's a historical site. So you are all going into it because you're getting the tour from the Historical Society.
Gotcha.
And that's so you go in and it's like, yeah, but that cursed thing happened a long time ago. No,
you don't have to worry about that.
No, it didn't. You're fucked. The pre-show was so dope. Something happens in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, another thing where there's an effect that people are still going, I don't know how they did that.
Oh, that's so sick.
So I got to see all that and explore it, and then cool. And then I got to the ride and went, all right, can you let me out? And they were like, exit? Yeah. Not coming back? No. Never coming back. No. You don't ever want to come back. No. They were just like
double checking.
You went through all this? You don't want to do it? No. Oh, okay. And that was it. I left and got to go to the theme. By the way, do you know anything about the gift shop in there?
No.
I don't even know if I should say.
Because there's a bunch of cool stuff there, or it spoils something.
I'll just say.
Do they have bathrobes like ours?
The theming of the gift shop is 10 out of 10. Because you're in it and it's just like, oh, cool. It's like part of the hotel.
Yeah.
Cool. No, the detail of it, when it hits you, you go, oh, I don't know if I should say.
I don't know.
You just realize that you're in a boarded up part of the hotel, and then you're sick. Like, oh, they just closed this and put and just put a gift shop in it. It's so awesome.
Cool. Yeah,
so I'll just leave it at that.
That's so cool.
And that was like also maybe the only other piece of merch that I bought is they had stuff themed to the hotel.
Okay.
So it was like, oh, a little bag that's just the Hightower Hotel or whatever. Yeah. And it didn't say anything else. Didn't say Disney Sea. It's like, oh, you got me on that. I'll get that bag. So that was really cool. But the Disney, but the new land that they added to the park.
Yeah, Fantasy Springs, I think.
Fantasy Springs.
Yeah.
That was why I was getting to the park super early, because if you got through the gates early, you had a higher chance of getting, you could get they call it it's like a queue pass.
Yeah.
It was an app nightmare being in those parks, because it's like you could get a fast pass, you could get a paid fast pass, you could get a queue pass. A queue pass doesn't cut anything; it just allows you to line up.
Yeah,
like it was a kind of complicated, but I crash coursed all of it, and now I'm a master.
Okay,
but sorry, talk about something else because I have to cough.
Do you need any water? I got water over here if you want it.
What's that?
I got water over here if you need it.
Is there water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an emergency one just in case. It's fresh.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an emergency. Yeah, I cannot wait to go to that. I'm gonna have to stay there or something, because I'm gonna have to go multiple days. I can't just do one day per park.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I got lucky that day at Tokyo Disneyland. People were telling me, it's like, damn, just one day, huh? You're screwed. I got lucky. I did everything.
Yeah.
So I was very lucky in that regard.
There's shit that I want to go on that I've always heard about, and I need to do it all in one.
Disney Sea, I did 2 days, and I was glad I did. Very glad I did that. But anyway, what was I going to say?
Fantasy Springs?
Oh yeah, but the Fantasy Springs stuff
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I went early.
Yeah,
and because I wanted to get on all this stuff, and I did that. I went hella early. Mm-hmm. I'll get into that in a second. But Fantasy Springs, I'm not going to get into it too long. It was cool, very cool. Yeah. It was like Disney Sea's own Fantasyland.
Okay.
And what was cool is that it has all these rocks and rock work that start to look like characters. Like, oh, it starts to look like Peter Pan over there. Oh, it starts to look like Cinderella over there. And or like Alice in Wonderland, and then the water is flowing. Oh, it kind of looks like it's coming out of the teacup. It's like all these rocks and stuff start to form things, and then you find out there's a whole storyline behind the land. Because you go into one of the shops and there's a book, and the book says that a spirit lived in a river, and that river flowed through all these different lands, and she picked up all these little stories and started to make the river. She started to form the rocks to look like those stories, and
really,
it was really cool. It was damn, they thought of everything. But anyway, damn, I'm really losing my ability to talk. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We're not even at the halfway point, dude. So
we're just warming up.
You gotta step it up.
But anyway, so it was very cool. The rides, the Frozen ride was a masterpiece.
Really,
it was. The scale of it was, they didn't hold anything back. The room, like, if the room called to be huge, it was huge.
That's cool.
They spared no expense. To stage a song, oh, here's this giant thing over here. This big thing happens, and now you're in a giant room, and it's just Elsa right over there. And, you know, they held nothing back. What kills me is I wish it was based on an original. Like, I wish it wasn't
an IP like
I wish it wasn't based on Frozen, because people will judge it like, oh, I don't really like Frozen.
Yeah.
You know, oh, I didn't really care for that movie. If this was based on just like Mark Davis artwork, like if it was an original thing, people would say, might say it was the best ride of all time. Like, people would judge it that way.
Yeah.
But because it's Frozen, people will judge it off that.
Yes.
Sorry.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Remember that time I lost my voice during the gauntlet that we did, the 3 episodes in one day, and by the end I could not talk. When we were at Toontown talking about the new stuff there, and I was just, I could not get a word out. So it's happening again.
Yeah. I'll stick with it as long as I can. But yeah, that thing was incredible.
That's all. I cannot wait to see that.
So I got the pass for that, and then immediately I got a thing for the Tangled ride.
Oh, okay.
That was really cool. That was also a boat ride.
Mm-hmm.
And parts of it are outside, parts of it are inside. That was like, wow, how cool. But I was disappointed by the ride.
Oh, okay.
Very impressive stuff in it. To me, that was this park's Navi River Journey.
Oh, okay.
Where
so smaller ride. Like,
oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's over? Okay.
Yeah, Navi River Journey is great, but yeah, it's short.
Yeah.
So, and it has one of the best animatronics I've ever seen in my life. So that's a big plus of that.
So it had like moments that were like, whoa, oh, it's done.
Yeah.
But then I had heard, oh, there's a Peter Pan ride. But it's all projection. So that was like not high up on my list. I was like, if I get to do it, great. But if not, whatever. And then I went on it. That ride slaps.
Really?
The new Peter Pan ride at Disney Springs called Neverland Adventure or whatever kicks ass. That is their Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
It's projection, but tons of physical sets. And the ride vehicle moves too.
Okay.
And there are moments in it where it's just like, all right, we're going here, we're going there. Oh, we got to fly. Let's fly. And you're not moving room to room. It just starts going, like you're moving in place, and it just it feels like Flight of Passage.
Oh, that's cool.
It really felt like that, where it's like,
that's awesome.
It's Flight of Passage with Peter Pan.
Yeah.
This rules.
Yeah.
So that ride totally surpassed my expectations.
Okay. That's awesome.
So that was my review.
Like Flight of Passage is all projections too, but that's one of the best rides
exactly
in all the parks. So if it's done well, it's totally worth doing, and that's awesome.
Yeah. So I loved it. I
how long has that been open? It's only been open for a bit, right?
Since summer.
Yeah. That's cool.
So it was all very cool. And the last thing I want to say in general about Tokyo, all I was going to say was, to get on all these things and do all these things, I kept looking online, like, do I need to get to the park early, whatever. And all these blogs I read online were saying locals who go to these parks, they line up at like 4:30 in the morning. They line up so early you won't believe it. Obviously, you're not going to do that. So here's how to navigate the park when you show up at like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Every blog said that. And I'm reading that and I'm like, no, fuck it. Why?
I'll get there.
I'm here. If that's what everyone here does, why am I different? Fuck it. Let's get nuts.
Yeah.
So I was waking up at 4 in the morning, taking a half an hour to get there or whatever longer. Yeah. And I was getting there like 4:45, you know, whatever. And I will say that was my favorite part of the trip. You would think, oh, what a nightmare to wake up that early. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's the part of my Japan trip I missed the most because you would get there early. People there were so excited. They would set up picnic blankets to sit on the ground.
So cool.
And it was the one time of my trip where I felt like I was making friends through the language barrier. Like the person behind me made a hat with all the Tiki Room characters on it. I'm like, hey, that's a cool hat. Oh, thank you. I had a whole Haunted Mansion outfit and they were telling me about, that's cool.
So cool.
It was like everyone there was so happy to be there. Normally in Japan, you're in crowded spots, but everyone's in their own world. Everyone's doing their own thing. That was the one time we're all sitting in the same place. We're all happy. We're all excited. Everyone bought the same fucking onigiri at 7-Eleven. We're all eating that for breakfast. Oh, you got it too. Yeah. You know, I would bring a backpack full of those and eat that, you know. It was like such a special time and it was quiet. And you'd see the sun come up.
Getting up early is fun. If there's something worth getting up early, nothing else matters to me.
Yeah.
And that reminded me of like the Grand Canyon when they said like, oh, seeing the sunrise at Grand Canyon is one of those beautiful things ever.
Yes.
Okay. I'll get up at any point. And I got up at like 5 in the morning. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I'll get up at 5. I don't care. The like, oh, it's so early. I don't have that if there's something cool to see.
Yeah.
And I will get up at any point to go see that. So whenever I do Disney Sea or Disney, I don't care. I'll get up at 4. It doesn't matter to me. Like I want to go see that.
It was really special. It was really, really magic.
Yeah.
Those mornings that had that. So that I did that. So that was my favorite part of the whole trip somehow. The mornings of that. The part they kept telling me I would not want to do. It was so much fun just bonding with everyone.
But you get that even here.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like, because you will go like, I'm gonna get there for rope drop. I'm gonna leave at 5 in the morning. I'm gonna beat the traffic and get there at rope drop.
Yeah.
And then people will go like, well, how do you get there? And it's empty. And it's like, well, get there before rope drop.
Get there at rope drop.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. What? Well, I'm obviously not gonna wake up that early. Okay, then you don't get to do that.
Then you don't get to do that. Just get up that early and go and do that, and you get to experience an empty park. Rope drop mornings are super fun energy at theme parks.
Yeah.
Like early morning, and it's super fun.
Yeah, and also because I did that, I was 8 people from the gate.
Yeah.
So I got into all the Fantasy Springs stuff easily. I got the Frozen. Okay, pass for Frozen. All right. Got a thing for Tangled. It was very easy. So yeah, it was really, really special. So anyway, I had a great time. You'll get to see the whole Disney Sea video on patreon.com/mega64. So go check that out. It'll be up probably this week.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's where we were. Now we might as well get to the finale.
Yeah.
All the news.
Today's news
that came to us today. I was like, oh, should we do a live Creepy Old Crypt tonight? Maybe we will. And then I woke up to the news that what everyone feared from D23, and we talked about it.
Yeah.
The rumor, there's going to be a Monsters Inc. land in Hollywood Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What
is it replacing?
Yeah.
Because it's become this new thing. For some fucking reason, Disney World cannot add more space. They have unlimited space there.
So much
space. But they keep bulldozing classic attractions to build the new ones.
Yep.
And already the horrific rumor came around that Cars Land was going to replace the Rivers of America in Magic Kingdom, which that has been quiet lately.
Yeah, they haven't talked about it, which makes you think that they're still going to rip it out. They just don't want the bad press.
Either that but I'm also hearing rumors I'm also hearing rumors that they may have gone back on that plan.
Maybe.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed, because I love bodies of water within parks, and removing that sucks.
Yeah. But today they confirmed
Monsters Inc. or
they are closing Muppet Vision 3D, which was an opening day attraction at Hollywood Studios, and the final thing that Jim Henson worked on. People were fighting to preserve it for historical reasons. They are closing it for this fucking Monsters Inc. land. I tweeted this, and I mean it. I'm not going back to that park. That was it for me.
There was so little in that park anyway.
Oh, it was already my least. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Did we run out of space? Fuck. I think we did.
Oh, shit.
Or some kind of error.
Yeah, bring it. Let's see. We were so close.
I know.
Bring it over here. See if it.
Yeah.
Can you drag it over here?
Yeah. Oh, it just says it's crashed.
OBS crashed.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are we still live? People are seeing us, right?
Can you see us? Is anything like stream dead?
If you could see us, say quesadilla.
Yeah, quesadilla.
I just thought of a random word, No.
Oh, yeah, taken down for speaking the truth. Okay.
Oh, man. Okay.
We'll just have to splice it together.
Okay, sorry about that. Stupid ass computer crashed. But anyway, I don't even know where it left off.
Where we left off? We were definitely just talking about the bad news of the clothing. Oh, it was that we're never going back to this place again.
Yeah. So they're replacing Muppet Vision 3D with this Monsters Inc. land.
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios already didn't have anything barely at all.
It really doesn't, because the big things they have there, we have. I don't need Galaxy's Edge because
I like Galaxy's Edge, but we have that here.
Yeah. And the Tower of Terror is better there, and that's the main thing.
I don't go on that, so I have no.
There's nothing for you there, basically. I like the Indiana Jones show. That's cool. I don't need to see that all the time.
Actually.
And it's like Star Tours. We have that. We have a vast majority of the stuff there.
Yeah.
I do not give a shit about Toy Story. So
I've still never set foot in that land.
I do not care about Toy Story themed lands. I don't think
any land
good.
That's Toy Story themed is gross.
So that's always my least favorite
Yeah.
park. And now it's like, will I check out this new land? Yeah, I probably will. But I don't need to. It's not a priority. I may go once and then never again.
Yeah.
Like I have no interest in this land, really.
To me, it's all predicated on the Monsters Inc. land. Oh, what's the centerpiece of it? Oh, Monsters Inc. door coaster. Okay, I don't go on roller coasters.
Yeah, you don't do coasters at all.
Done with that. But it's good. It's still good news because the Muppets aren't leaving. They're going to be on the Rock and Roller Coaster. I don't go on fucking roller coasters.
Yeah, and that's a gnarly roller coaster.
I'm not going on any of this shit.
Yeah.
So that's it for me. Yep. Gone, done.
Yeah.
Never going back. Once the removing the Great Movie Ride was such a blow.
Yes.
To that part. That was the centerpiece
of that entire park.
It's like if they replaced Spaceship Earth at Epcot.
Yep.
That is that's your entrance thematic statement.
That's the first thing you see when you walk it all the way down the thing. It's like this giant marquee and everything for that ride.
And I like the Mickey Runaway Railway. I like it.
Yeah.
But that is not the centerpiece thought of the theme park.
Yeah.
Great Movie Ride had one. You rode through old classic movies.
Yeah. It fit the theme of the whole park.
Yeah. And they got rid of that. The vibe reduced 50% at that park.
Yeah.
And then so already it was on thin ice with me. It was like, they kept the Muppet thing though, and the vibes.
The Muppet thing is cool. I've always loved the Muppets, and we lost ours years ago, like 2014, and so that was the last place it was, and now they announced that it's going away, and it's going to be a new show in there.
Yeah,
in a Monsters Inc. show for the land, and I'm like, just don't fuck with that.
That's what infuriated me is they're not even bulldozing the theater. They're just putting another show in there.
It's just part of the city now. And it's like, that's so stupid.
Yeah, they're blowing it.
Yes, I agree.
Two things that Disneyland or Disney has been doing with their parks, and it's killing me. I think their answer to like, oh, Universal is making all this stuff, Epic Universe and all this thing. And it seems like their answer is, oh, we got to do another themed land. It's like they copied the Harry Potter land idea from 2008 or whatever and just keep doing it. Mm. But the thing that Disney has in their back pocket is they have history. Yes. They have these classics. And they seem to think the answer is like, kill all the old stuff. We got to get a new thing in there.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's the strength you have is you have these old weird things that people love. Mm. No one else has that in their back pocket like you do, but they're throwing it away.
Yeah, especially in Florida.
Yeah, mainly in Florida.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people don't realize, and it totally is why they're doing this, something dangerous emerged, and we kind of talked about it, but out of the pandemic, something dangerous emerged where now the hot thing is the paid line cutting option.
Yeah.
After the pandemic, we go, oh, Genie Plus. You could just pay more and cut the line. Oh, you can just pay more and cut the line. That became a new pillar of income that didn't exist before. Yep. Oh, we found a new pillar. We found a new revenue stream that we never had before. And this is more dangerous than anyone thought. Not just because, it's going to fuck up the lines. That's what people focused on. The thing that no one focused on is now every attraction that doesn't tap into this is a waste to them.
Yeah.
They want to turn every attraction into, you'll pay to cut the line, right? Mm. And they want to kill all these attractions that don't do that. Where it's just, you mean you just show up and enjoy it? That's useless to them.
No.
Now they want it to be something that you want to pay to cut. And so the Rivers of America is a big expense with no return.
Yep. It's just a boat that goes around it.
It's beautiful. Everyone just comes to look at it. Fuck you.
Yeah.
They don't want it anymore. Muppet Vision 3D is another perfect example. Tons of upkeep. But you mean it's always accessible? People can just go in and look at it?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yep.
And that's the scary thing is now that that's a huge revenue for them, everything that isn't doing that is seen as a money pit. Seriously.
Yeah.
So get ready. You think they can't fuck with the Carousel of Progress?
I know.
Get ready.
Yeah.
All these things that just are there for you to enjoy, that's not enough. It has to be a thing that sucks up your line cutter pass money. Seriously. The fact that became a thing is more dangerous than anyone knows because now that's the business. It's not enough that you bought a ticket into the park.
Yeah. You haven't paid enough yet.
You haven't paid enough. You also got to pay to get on the ride. Oh, this is a ride that doesn't allow for that? Nope. It's got to go.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. That is the new threat of the theme parks. Is these pencil pushers need everything to be a money generator on top of your ticket.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah. And that's what happened today.
And Muppets were a casualty. Get ready. The Hall of Presidents is like not for long. All these things that are just there because history. Get ready. Get ready. Seriously. And they're going to wreck their own parks. There's so many things that people come to them for because no one else has it. And they're just in a race to be like everyone else. And it's so lame. And people blamed Bob Chapek for that. And it's not. There are a million other demons trying to make this happen. So that's all. You got to talk about
that. They talked about they want to find ways of preserving the Muppet Vision 3D thing.
Yeah.
Don't know what that means because it could be a video on YouTube and that's it. Or it could mean they're finding ways of doing something. It's obviously not going to be there anymore.
Yeah,
they're replacing it. But like, just, hey, the theater's still there, set up in California. It's still the same theater.
We want it here.
It has all the spots for the animatronics that I'm sure they removed to put in this one to keep it going and fixed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just, you're not going to throw away those animatronics. Just move them back here.
Move them over here.
We don't need the PhilharMagic, which is what replaced the
bro.
thing.
We don't need that VeggieTales looking ass movie.
No. And
put Muppets back in here.
And it's funny because the theater didn't really change at all for that. Just the movie did.
Yeah.
And it still has all like the spots for the Waldorf and Stat. I can't remember their names. But just put that back in. I know that I don't think Disney has ever put back a ride. So I don't think that's ever going to happen. Yeah. But I would love for that to happen.
Wouldn't that be dope, though?
I think that would be dope to at least have it in one park.
Yeah.
Just have it always there for somebody.
Has Disney ever put back a ride? I'm trying to think if that's ever happened. You could argue it for Soarin'.
Yes.
That's a straw man, but you could do it. Like, they did flip it back.
Yeah, and they've brought back aspects of rides like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
How they go, hey, this section of the ride was updated to be Davy Jones, stuff like that. Now it's revert it back to the original. That kind of thing. Yeah. So I could see that, but I don't see.
Oh, Tiki Room in Florida.
Yeah.
That's one of the few. You
it went back to an original Tiki Room with the original song.
Yeah.
That's because it burned down, but
but that's totally true, though.
That is definitely true.
Yeah, I hadn't considered that.
Yeah.
And then somebody else said one too. Captain EO did come back, but again, that's more of a movie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think
they just don't care in Florida. Like
no, they don't at all. They'll rip out anything.
I keep hearing whispers though that they reconsidered on the river.
Yeah, I hope so. I really do.
Yeah, there are rumors that they went back, that they're going back on that. Okay. I hope it's true, but who knows?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something else that's come back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Dude, the one I always hear that I go, it's never going to happen, is people go like, they should just move Star Tours into Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, move it in Galaxy's Edge.
It doesn't work because it's not Star. They got a Star Wars. It's like they're never going to move that ride. They're never going to have the budget to move a ride just because it's now has a more fitting home.
Yeah.
So
it's not worth it.
Not worth it at all.
It's like the cost of building a new ride.
You were saying like there were in talks to move Carousel of Progress back to its original location in Disneyland, but the cost would be fucking insane.
There was actually a lot of talk that they were speaking to the Disney family.
Yeah.
There was a rumor at one point that the Disney family, they know that's Walt's favorite attraction. That was like his favorite thing they made for whatever reason. And at one point the Disney family was talking to Disney Company about like, hey, we'll take the show and put it in the Disney Family Museum. How dope would that be?
Yeah, that would be so cool.
And then when they got into the cost, it was like in the tens of millions just to move it.
Just to move it.
It was like, never mind. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So it would be cool if that was back in DCA.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever going to happen, but that would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
I watched it a few times when I was there last time, just because I knew there was already talks of that going away. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Well, anyway, so all I was going to say about that is I'm bummed about the about the closure of Muppets 3D. I'm not going. There's no reason for me to go to that park anymore.
Yeah.
At all. So now I can skip that and just do an extra day somewhere else.
A better park. Yeah.
That's my take on it. You're ruining that park. You've ruined that park. And all this. Oh, we're doing a coaster. So many people told me, yeah, but the Muppets they're gonna stay. They're just gonna be at the roller coaster. I'm not going on that.
Like, I don't care about.
I don't want to go on a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah, that ride is not that good anyway. Like,
no,
I'm somebody who likes roller coasters, and I just feel like one thing I think is maybe the theme change will make it a little better for me, because I think the rock and roll theming of anything sucks.
Yeah,
it's the boomeriest, lamest. It's just giant guitars and strings. I tune out so fast when something's like the theme of something is rock and roll.
Yeah,
I hate it, and that's true of that entire ride. So I hope they update it and makes it better than that.
Yeah. I just hate that all these things become coasters.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't want to go. I don't go on that.
Yeah. When Japan, they're making all these cool rides that are like
Beauty and the Beast dark ride.
They're all dark rides. They're fun. They're for everybody. All that kind of stuff.
Make coasters, that's fine, but there's this predilection of like this thing of like, no, we got to make more. You got to have more coasters. No, you don't. Stop.
Take your coaster, shove them up your ass.
I was so happy that Galaxy's Edge, when that opened, it was like, nope, here's 2 big new attractions for everybody.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh. But anyway, I don't know what else to say about that.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Like we tapped it. We've been done like over 2 hours.
Yeah. So anyway, that news sucked. What else? That was pretty much it for the news. Oh, so I guess news for us. What's going to happen next? We've caught up with what's going on with each other.
Yeah.
And what we're hoping to do is next time, hopefully we'll be in the park. Like we'll go to Disneyland
and actually film something, and we'll come up with a topic that works in the park and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So let us know something you want us to cover. Every time we say that, I always get, Haunted Mansion. It's like
we did it. That was one of the early episodes.
Like episode 9.
Yeah.
But anything you want to see or hear about it? Oh, there is a new Haunted Mansion queue.
That hasn't opened up yet. We saw that they're still working on it. It looks cool, like from the outside. But they did open up that courtyard area, and we checked that out when we went.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just cool. The walls are down, so it's more open now over there.
Speaking of that, though, like people are spying on that queue to like see.
Because you can get closer, and so people are probably like taking photos from high up and stuff.
What's interesting though is what you can hear.
Oh,
there is an all new score
outside.
There is a symphonic, like there's Haunted Mansion symphony.
Really?
Music, and
I didn't know that.
And all the theme park audio freaks.
Yeah,
I say that affectionately. Are like, this is new. We've never heard this.
Oh, so it's brand new music designed just for that queue.
There will be music. There's never been music in the queue there.
No.
In the holidays, you could hear a music box recording.
Yeah. But during the normal one, it's never been.
It's never been. Dude, I was so excited to go on. Oh, I never got to go on Tokyo Disneyland Haunted Mansion before. And I was like, yes. Yeah. Went on it. Oh, they changed this one to
Holiday?
Nightmare Before Christmas too.
Oh, damn it.
Theirs was a little bit better.
Oh, really?
There was more Jack and Sally. Like,
oh, that's cool.
They're in the foyer hanging out. Sally's by the piano. Like
that's sick.
She was throughout the ride. It was like, why didn't we do this?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's pretty much it.
That's cool.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I don't think I can talk anymore anyway. Sound like RFK Jr.
Well, that was good.
I don't think there's anything wrong with McDonald's. It's just the seed oil. Anyway.
Yeah.
So let us know what you want to hear us.
Yeah.
People are saying Adventureland hasn't been done. We didn't do an Adventureland episode?
The land in general? I don't know.
I thought we had.
I'll have to look back.
But yeah, if we haven't done an Adventureland episode, people do the research. We're not going to. Yeah. You do it.
You do it. I also
gave you homework
where we come up with top 10 things and we bounce them off each other.
I always love that.
Those are always a lot of fun.
What can we do a top 10 of? Top 10 what?
Top 10 secret bathrooms at Disneyland.
Yeah, it's sounding like we haven't done Adventureland. I thought we did, and we talked about Tiki Room and all that stuff, but that was...
We may have talked about everything.
Maybe it was just Tiki Room.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I would definitely be down for an adventure. Oh, top 10 woke moments?
Oh, yeah. Well, I can do top 20. at Disneyland.
I'd top 100.
Yeah.
Welcome to Dismal Land. Dude, Elon Musk retweeted once, D's nuts. And it was in the Disney font.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
They sell a shirt that says that at Disneyland. I saw it.
No.
It's right next to the She Wants the D with the Disney D. In the gift shop.
What? Top 10 Disney myths or legends or whatever would be kind of fun now too.
Yeah, I think so too.
Top 10 things that need a ride or space in the park. That's not a bad idea. Top 10 things you think should have a ride. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll check if there's an Adventureland episode. If there isn't, maybe we'll do that.
Do want an Adventureland.
But if there isn't an Adventureland one, we need to do that.
Yeah.
That deserves it.
Yeah.
But I swore we did. I thought we did.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. Anyway. That's it for another Creepy Old Crypt.
Thank you for coming out.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
We'll see you hopefully next month. But the holidays are happening, so you never know.
It's kind of hard, but we'll try.
If we don't see you pre-holidays, we'll see you post-holidays.
Yep. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching.